Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the EsportsU Campus Cup featuring Fortnite, Pauly Hype alongside React, as we are going to be bringing you heat number 2 in the East region shortly. React, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Polly. Thank you for asking. We did see game one go down, and that was honestly insane to me. I think honestly now it's just time to relax and experiment and learn how other duos are going to work against each other, knowing each other's game style now, and how the synergy will play out when it comes down to looting, because we do know that there are different colleges playing with each other.
Yeah, very true. And as we go through the first, second, and third heat, I think that'll really be the time for us to kind of learn about these play styles and schools, like you were mentioning. And then as the fourth, fifth, and sixth heat, we'll see a lot of them and kind of understand, what we're looking for and where they're going for. So first up here is Ski Season alongside Vish, and they are going to be dropping here on the east side. Very nice for first drop, and we'll go back to that area. I see a sniper pickup as well as that nice two-tone pistol and some quick farm here for this first team.
So that is actually one of the shotguns that I brought up earlier. It's called the two-shot shotgun.
There
It
it
does
is.
about 60 damage to a player, and it's deadly when you're up close and personal. But we're going to be looking at players possibly using it more of the striker pump, because it's one of the more sweatier guns, because it's most similar to the old pump with high damage. We did see that pickup of the striker here, and then the two-shot shotgun does a lot of damage with drawback.
Right, fair enough. And we're seeing some fish management from kills as well, as we're seeing Ski Season on one team and kills on the other. And these are two different teams, if I'm not mistaken here. And again, picking up these two just defensive. A lot of shields coming out, finding the shield jugs here in the corner. And we are in the East region round 2 early beginning, as it's tons of steel for kills to React.
I'm loving the plays here. I like seeing how everyone is maxing out on shield and on health, knowing that they can get in a fight anytime soon. Because this is going to be such a competitive game, knowing that it's their time to shine here.
That's right. Over to Hits AU, we saw this player here, and this was Kill's teammate here, who we saw him towards the end competing in that final hill. So one of the skills there, and love the lightsaber, wrist lightsaber. Okay, that's cool. That's a really cool axe, actually, to chop and harvest there, and it's going to be a drop weapon. And now we are over to Apollo. Apollo with his team, Vibin, Yari. And they are still in this first hill with just 29 seconds here. Some damage coming out with the, looks like the AUG react.
Again,
here comes,
again, with only 36 teams still here, we're going to see teams getting into fights. And like you said, we did see the AUG, we did see the two-shot shotgun. And we're also going to see slurps coming out and heals coming out, because Apollo did take some damage from that fight.
That's right. And so far, Apollo still trying to climb up, but only has a couple mats here. So they're going to have to farm something. They're not going to have too many defenses if they do wind up getting the power on, the pressure put on them, as they are just sitting alongside the Northeast here in between Sleepy Sound and the Daily Bugle.
Hey, Polly, you know who? You know, like, the player,
Yes.
you know
Yes.
who? I just saw him go down, which is really sad, because we were spectating him earlier in the game of game 1, and just seeing him go down, it's just kind of a sad sight, because we kind of made that history with him.
Yeah, we have a little bit of that feedback there. So over to Milk Shiesty, though, for some more feedback on another side, and a lot of mats here for Milk. He's going to engage right off the rip. It's a bounce back here. Can't see exactly what player he's shooting, but it was a Carp Season picking up a double in the background here of the kill feed, and some long-range shots being put in. Great tracking here by Milk Shiesty React.
Yeah, Milk Shiesty will be able to get some heals off, but he is looking like he's going to go aggro with this fight, trying to find that player, trying to make sure they're not getting away with all of the tags that he did to them. He wants to make sure that he gets his elimination.
Yeah, I want to put up here on Carp Season, because we've seen a lot of kills. Look at the mats here from that earlier engagement. Carp Season does wind up finding, and now he's sitting on over 300 mats per, and there's a team engaged here. They're trying to out-defensively build behind, but a nice shotgun shot comes out as Fish gets knocked out by Carp and Jelly Sam.
And again, this is why the striker pump is so important to this game. It did 180 just to the face, and Carp is going to take down so many people with that striker.
Yeah, really well done there. I love what we're seeing here. And right there, the shotgun have to have that masterful accuracy. Even though it does do high damage, they have to land it directly on, and that's exactly how it went down. Really well done there as we switch over now to Parzik, as well as this is Milk's Shiesty's teammate, Parzik. And how did he get that emblem in there? That's kind of interesting. Anyway, we'll see them just coming down over Chonkers Speedway, right next to the Condo Canyon. And so far, this team is still in it. Not the most matched. They're sitting at about 180, 90 of some steel or so, but a long-range shot does come out. We're still seeing 31 teams left in East Round 2 here, React.
I really love this area of the map because right next to Chonkers, you also have Coney. Like I said in the beginning, there are going to be boulders nearby that can be used to gather not only brick, but hit enemy teams. So seeing how these teams are going to mechanically use it as an attacking tool is going to be such a great sight. And you're also going to be able to carry out this equal amount of brick, wood, and metal when it comes down to mats.
Yeah, we see an overall landscape of where all the teams are here for East Round 2. And we're now going to bring in, again, that dual box of Unknown G. And on the other side, Twitter Ferox. I think it's Twitter Ferox. I think it's Ferox. Either way.
If we're looking at the comparison here, we're also going to see Ferox, Twitter Ferox, with the Rift to go. So he's going to be able to get that rotate off, or even maybe use it as an escape goat like we said before. And then we're also going to see Unknown with a gold gun. So that's going to be great to see how that's going to play out.
Yeah, and actually it's Twitter Pharaoh 4 times. So I wonder if his gamer tag is Pharaoh, or is it Pharaoh 4 times? Interesting there. But so far, we'll go over to Twitter Pharaoh here. Some damage coming out. He does have the shotgun. He has got a rift to go. He's got the small and large defense potion, slurp potion. And right now, they have spotted a team, and Twitter Pharaoh and his teammate of Call Me AK are trying to burst down this wall. You know, competitive Fortnite does have that defensive versus offensive element. Here comes some of the damage, though. It's Twitter Pharaoh who's eating a lot of that damage. He'll have to disengage. And even though he has a ton of mats, he's going to sit here and consume some of these minis he has alongside his teammate here, Call Me AK.
I really love the effect of them having to W key. We did see that armor wall go down, being able to protect whoever was in that box there. And we also did see them kind of play it out like a box fight, and that's honestly what this game is. You hop into creative, and you hop into zone wars, you hop into box fight, and you just put it into play when it comes down to the competitive game scene.
Yeah, and now we're over to Sirius and Vexy TV. And they'll just be pushing alongside. They're in about the middle of the map. They're actually in between Sanctuary, Coney Crossroads, and Tilted Towers as they are just approaching here this first hill, which will start collapsing in about 48 seconds. So I'm loving what I'm seeing here from both these teams. And if we have a chance here, let's figure out what colleges they're from as we continue to pull on. Like I was saying, React before, in the first 3 games, I think we're going to be leaning on production a little bit to kind of bring in some of these team names. But as we start seeing them continually, I think by 4, 5, 6, we'll start really getting them down.
Yeah, exactly. And when we're seeing production get that cleanup, getting to know where these players are from with their colleges, we're also going to see these players clean up their own messes when it comes down to getting into a battle and fighting on their life here.
That's right. I'm loving exactly what I'm seeing from all these schools and universities as we are competing here at the very first EsportsU Campus Cup featuring Fortnite. And now we're overside Hyper Awareness and Boxo. And Hyper Awareness sitting with that legendary Hammer Burst. I'm liking that. That's a very strong gun. Remember, if you're new to competitive Fortnite or Fortnite in general, the rarer the weapon from green, blue, purple to gold, the more damage it also stacks with, right, React?
I like it, yes. And I'm also seeing 123 mats to Hyper Awareness's name. So they're almost capped out here with the 500 wood, 500 brick, and 500 metal. It is looking like Cowboy is going to need a little bit more metal, but that's not going to be a problem for them when they go into a fight and typically get a refresh.
Excellent. And that, having that refresh on deck is such the key point of competitive Fortnite. Like the team that usually has the most mats, and it's not, it's not even just competitive Fortnite. It's kind of all esports. Like when I was competing in fighting games, you wanted to be. I had a defensive style. It's no different in competitive Fortnite. Team with more mats, right? Defensive. Team with more potions, defensive. So that's kind of what you kind of want to build for here. And look at this build. This is interesting, React. Some teams go for 3 weapons, 2 defense. And some teams, like DeFi right now, also based on the rarity that you find, he's got 3 defensive rare weapons there with that legendary 2-tone shotgun.
Yeah, we're seeing the slots mainly going over for shield here because they know that damage is important and they want to heal off if they do get damaged. So being able to have that AUG on them as well as the gold shotgun striker pump is going to be crucial for defying and Michael.
As we're seeing now some Michael trying to brush down that tree and defying, just using that mid-floor edit to wind up to using it just as an intel. They're both doing it here. Michael and defying, you're just trying to get intel, just trying to get information, and they're getting plenty of that because they're also not being pushed. Different teams, same strategy. Oh, same team, excuse me. Same strategy, just getting intel right now as we are approaching the second hill.
I really like how they're playing together with each other because sometimes we are going to see teams, try to split while one flanks and one distracts the other. But we're seeing Michael and Defying playing together, also breaking down the tree, like I said, as a sweaty tactic to show that, come and fight me, I am here. Or maybe even just getting that intel, like you said. But another sweaty tactic is when teams are going to not break the tree fully just so that others aren't able to see where they are.
That's a great point, and just getting more of that clear line of sight for the information is so important here in competitive Fortnite because more information, the easier you'll be able to make your decision based on exactly where you are. And there's so much decision making in Fortnite. You have to decide when to go vertical, right? When to stay on the ground, when to play defensive, when to push offense. So there's so much to think about. Intel really helps structure kind of like the play style.
Exactly, and speaking of play style and intel, we're going to see SAP games in high ground. Built up on high ground, trying to get that intel, trying to find out where players are going to be, trying to get these extra tags in here and there.
Yeah, and so far the high ground for SAP Games and his teammate High Ground, two legendary weapons here for SAP Games. He's got the legendary Stinger SMG there, as well as the 2-tone. He's got a Rift to Go, and Rift to Go is the defensive, so 3 defensive, 2 weapons, but right now, this team here, which school is this here, production? Because SAP Games and High Ground, I'm just liking their setup. They're in a really good position, at least right now. Second hill, kind of in the middle of Logjam Lumberyard, just south of the river.
Yeah, I just want to speak about how no one is going down just yet, but maybe we are going to see Nosy and Shadis take somebody down in this fight right now. It is looking like they are in some trouble, trying to seek out where these enemies could be and escaping the fight.
As we're seeing Gnomesy, TB going right in here, trying to get an elimination on this team that is sitting just inside this 4x4 at the bottom, but it's actually Gnomesy takes just a little bit of damage. Teammate collapsing there. Shadeness still has about half shield left, both sitting on full life, as this hill has now congregated just to the northeast, right under 57, and to the left of Pony Crossroads. So no shield here for Shadis, as he has to drink up here and use some of his. He's got some minis still on deck. Ton of defense here for Shadis. React.
Yeah, honestly, it's super important to use all of the shield and materials that you have. We're going to see players, downing those minis, downing those half pods, but also splashing each other as a duo, just because that does so much more help when it comes down to giving each other shields. See?
All right, and now we are all alongside here. Pretty interesting here is these are the winners from round number 1. CJR just got taken out, and now it is just Crest FPS who's playing a solo mission right now. He's almost got full life. We'll be able to shield up here, just hiding out in the open. Sometimes this is surprisingly an easy strat if nobody is around, but you saw that one.
Yeah, I did.
Kind of have to get out of here, right?
Oh, no.
Why didn't he?
Gonna have to get out. I think.
But he's just jumping around. How does he not see him?
I don't know. Either it's a tactic that he's using, or he's just trying to get away from fight. Blending in with the wood here. Blending in with his location, even though he's bright blue.
Right, and we're seeing here now this third, I believe it's the third circle, will be closing in here just on the south east border here of the Logjam Lumberyard, really close to Shifty Shaft, in between Shifty and Logjam. But right now, as we follow alongside Nounsy, it's going to be a big chunk from behind there. Nounsy didn't see it coming. Will get up that quick little defensive structure, and now it is some defensive health pot potion coming in here for Nounsy as he'll quickly try to get back to full shield. Only at 58 health right here, but does have some healing potions also in his inventory.
I really love how these teams are carrying Medmiss and splashes, slurp splashes, just because it's such a tool to utilize when it comes down to duos. You can spray it to your duo, or you can spray it on yourself, and the same thing goes with splashes. You can splash your duo, or you can splash yourself, so both of you do get the upper hand, and you both get healed off.
All right, and right now, Flopper Kev 7, and this is pretty interesting here, has the green, nice little green two-tone there, and he's sitting on the hammer burst, the rare hammer burst as well. So his teammate here, 2 a.m. Trey, and they're just sitting right in the middle of the hill. This third hill will start to collapse here in just, boom, right then and there. We are now on the fourth hill as it has moved down once again closer to Shifty Shaft, as right here south of Shifty Shaft, and it's 2 a.m. and Flopper trying to put some damage on someone. And right here, if we look at actually the minimap, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 teams out of the 25 remaining. So there's 12 inside the circle and 13 that are coming in from the outside of the circle. I like that screen there. Nice pull-up.
The teams coming into Circle are going to have a bit of a tougher time trying to get in, just because so many players are also going to try to get into Storm and survive. But we're also going to see so many other players getting contested with their duos.
They are. This car here is coming out. A little bit of damage will go into the back of it. Car armor eats, and that's actually hot. It's Sap Games and High Ground who are just kind of driving along here. And every time we see Sap Games and High Ground, I'm surprised. I really am interested to see where they place here, because in this game, not only have they been farming, they're getting into the center circle. They're already in there now, and they're always high ground, and they always have a very quality inventory in terms of combating. So right now, once again, we're seeing Colby AK, who just took out Super Squiggle, or knocked rather, Super Squiggle here. 25 teams remain, as we're looking at both of these guys here. Same team. Double legendary weapon though for Sap Games.
Absolutely. I just want to speak on the player high ground and how they are taking high ground here. This is such a great positioning for them when it comes down to fighting on the brig, and I do love where they're placed right now on the map.
Do you think that what would be your strategy here if you were a collegiate team? Are you coming in from the outside of the hill, or are you one to get into the middle of the hill quickly?
Oh man, I'm going to try to get into that hill quickly, because I know that I do not want to get held when it comes down to Storm.
So you're trying to get into the middle. You don't want to worry about the Storm personally, and that's kind of the strategy you would go with here. It's interesting, like, the reason you come in with the Storm, if you were a team to play to that strategy, is you try to get those picks. You try to get those elimination extra points. But it's also a lot easier to do too when you are stationed in the hill also. Like High Ground and Sap Games here, they have a high ground literally with their position. They're able to now see down, which in FPS games is always going to be an advantage.
I really do like their positioning, as I said, just because they're on high ground and they're able to get these free beams and tags on players who may be rotating, or players who are going to try to contest them. Just because they have high ground, they do have the upper hand.
Absolutely, and I've always been one during my competitive playing days to get that high ground. It's just easier, literally, physically, on the mouse or controller. It's easier to look down and fire than to look up. And that's always, and in multiplayer maps, React, you know, that's always been, even in traditional multiplayer FPS, not Battle Royale, height elevation is always an advantage.
Yeah, exactly. But also, if we take into consideration low ground and having these low ground warriors, say that Storm pulls up a hill, then that means high ground is going to be such an advantage, unless when you're towards end game, you're going to see mats being ran out. If you're on low ground, you're going to be able to hold that low ground unless you get stuck on that hill. So it kind of is a 50-50 chance when it does come to where you are placed, depending on where Storm pulls and, you know, all of that.
Absolutely. And I'm just loving what I'm seeing right now. Here comes, actually, we saw a Rift to go, some teams dropping in here. It is the 5th circle as it is collapsing, watching alongside High Ground and Sap Games. Once again, Sap Games has had these two legendary weapons. He's had the Stinger alongside the two-tone shotgun since the beginning of the match. So rarely do you find one, but two legendary weapons here to fight in. If I was to pick a team right now to get the best of this one, it's going to be Sap Games just based on the damage they can output with those legendary weapons.
Yeah, I don't want to curse Sap Games or High Ground, but I am rooting for them in the position that they are now with their loadout. We're looking at Sap Games with a legendary Stinger SMG as well as a Striker Pump. We know how much damage those two can deal with when you WP or even greet somebody to the face with that shotgun. We're also going to see such great rotation with the Rift to Go and the Armored Walls if they find themselves stuck in a sticky situation.
And not only that, I mean, it's so exciting here as we finally, I love getting into the closer hills react because that's when the action really starts going. You see the game audio cues really start queuing up. You see the teams start being more aware, playing more cautiously. Look at how many teams we have. 19 teams here in this sixth circle. And the next one will be, this one actually is on the move, slowly heading down south towards Tilted Tower.
Oh no, and we are going to see that Storm Surge hit again. Just because there are 19 duos out of 36 left in this small storm. 6 out of 9. Can you believe that, Paulie?
No, and this is incredible here too because look at how many teams we're literally seeing flying and hovering on top or over each other. All the teams here are just trying to go as slow as possible, figure out exactly where they're going to land. And now we're seeing a split team here. Sap Games is going really slow. He's really higher than almost everybody. He's going to get to land in a prime location. Fluger, though, on the left-hand side is already down on the ground, taking some damage here, but his team does wind up managing to build a defensive stash box at the bottom of the floor here. So Fluger's team will be safe. That's where Sap Games going for the opposite approach. Going to drop down, but we'll follow alongside Fluger here as the 7th hill getting smaller and moving each and every round.
They're going to split each other's mats, which is super good for this duo, just because they know how evenly they can spare each other's life just by sharing these materials and these armored walls and all of that. We're going to see people raining from the sky instead of, you know, the typical water out of rain. But we're just going to see that right now. And we're going to see how these players are going to find the best positioning for their abilities.
Absolutely, and every player has their style that they're looking to bring to the table. Some are like, play the outside of the hill and engage. Some are play the inside of the hill and defend. Every team, every player has their own style here. And Fluger, we're seeing him Fluger just build on the edge here. Sap Games as well, and Sap Games here. You can't even tell where they are in relation to each other because there's still so many teams alive. We do see Vexy, though, take down Shades in the kill feed there, with 15 teams remaining. 15 seconds left in this second heat here. Hill 7-9, and it's a legendary two-tone picked up for Sap Games. And actually, Sap Games dropped that legendary SMG react and picked up the Hammer Burst purple.
Absolutely, and we're also going to see Storm pulling over towards the north. Sap Game and High Ground are looking like they are in such a great position because they are following Storm. This is also what I talked about when it comes down to hills, low ground, high ground, mid ground. We're going to see all these players stuck in such a sticky situation.
Right. And so far it's been absolute, like always. Nunzi, though, finding 2 downs on Vexy. So Nunzi dropped Vexy in the kill feed, got picked up by his teammate, and then dropped again. We're going to head over here to Milk Shiesty and Parzik. Their team here still sitting on both full life, and this is exactly, in my opinion, where you want to be. They are in the skies somewhere in Fortnite, and they're on top of the hill. They're moving along with the circle. They're firing down in an advantage as we're seeing serious Foxo find kills, and now just 11 teams remain reacting. Milk Shiesty's still in prime position.
Absolutely, and this is where High Ground is going to come into play because, they're getting tags off on others, but are they getting tagged? No, they're not. Just because they are holding that high ground, it's harder to get those tags up high when you're looking up, but when they're looking down, they're going to get so many tags from different players and get this intel on where everyone is located.
Right. As we are seeing drop down here, Milk Shiesty and Brick 10, PRX 10 there on another team. Then Milk Shiesty. So this is 2 different teams we're seeing in the screen. And we'll indicate that to you there if it's the same team or not, so you guys know watching at home. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are here for the EsportsU Campus Cup featuring Fortnite, the first ever one. And every player and competitor in this event is a member of a college or university.
We're seeing Broken have 10 builds to his name, so this is going to be really tough for him. But when we're looking at Shiesty, we're going to see 29 builds to his name. How are they going to play this out with such a limited mats they have?
They're going to have to run over something else, React. I don't think they have much of a choice here, because that once you run out of mats, I mean, that's the true defense in Fortnite. And once you're out of mats, you don't really have much to go. It's going to rely on your gun skills to get you out of situations. But all they really have to do is find one kill and then get the mats off that body, and they'll be able to continue from there.
Exactly. Yes, that refresh is going to be really important for Shiesty. Just because of where their loot is standing and where their mats are standing, they are holding the high ground, but they won't be able to hold it for long if they run out of builds.
That's right. BRX Kendo on the other team is sitting in the bottom, and he has 3 weapons, no defenses, just a couple small potions there, shield potions. Not going to be enough, though. He's taking a lot of damage, some defensive shooting right here, and this is what I'm talking about. BRX 10, he's on the floor. It is so hard for him to look up and also build. He's down on the ground, but he faced someone. Wait a minute. It's Milk Shiesty and Parzik, who wind up winning the second East round, number 2. Well done, Milk Shiesty and Parzik. Wow, what an amazing job right there, React, as Milk Shiesty and Parzik wind up taking our East Heat number 2.
Man, yeah. Polly, all I can say is Shiesty held that high ground so well, even with the amount of materials that he was left with. Both of the teams did so well, holding that high ground and being able to play the time off when it did come down to Storm.
Yeah, we talked about it a lot throughout that match. We saw Milk Shiesty. They were constantly keeping the height elevation. We saw their team pick up quality rarity items for that extra damage throughout the map early. They stayed at height elevation the whole time, and it was around that 6th or 7th hill when we went over to their cam, and we just saw them in the sky building confidently. Nobody was contesting the build. Nobody was shooting the build. They were doing it free, and when that happens and you're able to kind of build so high that you're out of the overall thought process of the other teams, they just were able to kind of walk away with it. One slight pump there at the end, and they wind up getting the first place.
Honestly, it was just like a situation of saying, "Don't get in my bubble. I am my own little bubble up here in high ground. Do not touch me. Do not talk to me." And that is what Shiesty portrayed with him and his duo's play.
Yeah, you're right. They played at their own pace, like you just said, their own tempo. They played in their own bubble, their own world. And that's exactly what you need to do, in my opinion, when it comes to Battle Royale esports. You can't, let's say 50 teams, right? 100 players or so. That's 50 different paces, every team setting their own pace. You have to get everyone else to condition to your pace. Their pace was in the clouds, building high, staying out of the way, and just coming down when they need to, get that final kill and walk away with the biggest point score total, which is the first place victory in the East round 2. So what did you like so far out of what we saw some of that round?
Yeah, no, I also want to highlight again high ground. I wonder where they went. We didn't get to see where they went, but I did love how they played everything, holding that high ground. Again, that's something Shiesty and High Ground did have in common with their duos. They were able
Right.
to set their own tempo for the game. They were able to say, like, this is my game. This isn't your game. I'm going to win it. But that is something I really liked about this game.
Excellent answer. And so far, we are here once again sponsored by New Street Collect Wisely, the home for some digital collectible news. And we are here for competitive, the EsportsU first ever Campus Cup featuring Fortnite, which is so exciting. Paulie Hype alongside React Tank. Thank you so much for joining us here today, React. And I mean, we have 4 more heats coming up, React. We're still just getting started.
Oh man, so much going on here, Polly.
Excellent. Well, when we come back, we'll have heat number 3. Don't go anywhere. The EsportsU Campus Cup will be back for the East Region heat number 3 in just a few moments. We'll see you then.
https://twitter.com/Septilence. Don't put that in. I'll get in trouble. So that's worth it. Did I get too close to the camera on that one? A little bit too close. Should I back up a little bit? Okay, sorry about that. My bad. I'm probably close to 32 hours. Like, I have to hold my keyboard the normal way, because if I do it, I feel like I have arthritis if I hold my keyboard like that. It blows my mind. I can never do that. This guy right here, he's got his keyboard off at an angle. His isn't that extreme. There's a kid all the way down on the far end who has his keyboard all the way at a horizontal.
That's really cool.
They're going to be at that table right over there.
Public information?
Oh, I don't know. But this isn't live, so it doesn't matter.
It's not live, but you and I know.
Yeah, we know.
I'm not gonna tweet it.
Awesome. What game do you play?
Smash Bros.
Who do you play? Is it embarrassing? Is it like Villager?
Yeah.
Is it Villager? Am I spot on? Oh my god. Is it the Ice Climbers?
No.
Is it Game & Watch?
No.
Is it Pichu?
No.
Is it Wario?
No.
I can keep going. I think I can name every character in the game. Is it, did I say the Ice Climbers already?
Yeah, you said them.
Is
No,
it them?
Not them.
Is it them a second time?
No.
Okay, all right. Oh, is it one of the Links?
Yes, it is.
Is it Toon Link?
It is.
Oh, that is pretty embarrassing. That is rough. Who do you play?
I'll give you $20 if you guess correctly right now.
First try?
First try.
Give me a single hint.
It's an obscure character,
Obscure character.
not played very often.
Is it Wii Fit Trainer?
Oh my god! Oh my
I'm the interviewer for a reason, baby. I do what I do. I don't need the money. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate it. So Bowser Jr., Wii Fit, and I forgot already. Are you all lying to me? Am I being gaslit? No. Bowser Jr., Wii Fit, and you told me already. Oh, Toon Link. Yep. Where's my main support at? Who are we playing this weekend?
A lot of Brig.
A lot of Brig, really?
Brig Lucio, probably.
Brig Lucio, really? I shouldn't say that too loud. I don't want to give away your strategies. It's over under.
What do you mean over under?
Like, do we think we're gonna podium? Do we think we're gonna come in last place?
Not last place.
Not last place.
Certainly not last.
What about like 5th place?
That's doable.
That's doable. That's winnable. 3rd place.
Third place?
That's where things get dicey.
That's very doable.
Okay.
First place? That's very doable.
First place, very doable. Love it. That's the mindset. That's what he loves to hear. Yeah. Oh my God. Hold on. Cut the cameras. Well, who are you? Hello. Oh my God. I saw you earlier. I saw the back of your shirt. And I was like, I know that name. I know him. It's a quick play game. They Q sniped each other at land. I thought it was a scrim. It's just unlucky. Are you actually a Villager player?
Yeah.
How do you feel about Villager being notably worse in Smash Ultimate than they were in Smash 4?
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know? You never played Smash 4?
No.
Oh, that's all right. Nobody's gonna hold that against you. Who do you play?
I play Robin.
Okay, wow. Did you know Robin has the lowest pick rate in the game?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Come on, the LEDs, it looks just like Samus.
Huh?
Do you disagree?
I guess I can see
The
it.
Samus vibe. Show the controller to the camera. We're interviewing. This is recording, by the way. Surprise.
Not my controller.
Who do you play?
I play Peach.
Oh, wow. I like that. Who do you play?
I play the Shotos, mostly Kazuya.
No, you lose against Kirby. That's just like a statistics thing.
Yeah.
It's maybe.
This is a death match, and I think they're all in the same one. They're all on Icebox. Are they all in the same death match? Maybe. Who knows? I feel like none of them can hear me. I want to like approach somebody, but no one can hear. They all have both their headphones on.
What's up?
How do we think we're doing?
I think we're doing pretty good. Yeah.
What's your kitty?
We're looking at 10 and 6 right now.
Oh, hey, that's 3rd, dude. That's better than I expected. Who's bottom frag right now? I want to go talk to them. Ian? Hey, how do you think we're doing so far?
You know, it could be better.
Could be better? You're one of those rough days?
Well, you know.
Let's go find more people to harass. Yeah. Where's Boise State? Who's your favorite to play?
Oh, right now it's got to be either Chamber or Breach.
What country is Cypher from?
Oh, dude, it's Moroccan, right?
It is Morocco. Oh my God, I don't think anyone is gonna get that. Oh, you're good. You're good. All right, see you later. Let's go harass Boise State more. Who is this? What school is this? Boise?
This is Boise.
Oh man, that's okay. Boise's still got really good odds. A Large Bagel, one of their tank players, Nerdy Bird, they're off tank. Both of them not here. A little bit scary, if we're being honest. Getting warmed up, getting ready to cast some players. No, okay, not cast. Interview. Change your mindset. Change your mindset.
Words.
No, but last words until we come back.
Oh, okay.
Because we're leaving.
Enjoy.
Oh, that was good. That was good. Anything from you?
How are you doing, Polly?
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the EsportsU Campus Cup, first ever, featuring Fortnite, presented by New Street. Collect wisely. I'm your host and caster, Paulie Hype, alongside React here for the evening. React, we've seen 2 waves so far. Coming up is the 3rd. What do you got going into this one?
Oh man, Polly, we saw 2 games go down here. Now, these players are now finding the consistency between them, how they're going to play, how they're going to see the pace go down, whether that be a slow or fast-paced game, or whether that be passive or aggressive plays. I believe that we'll be seeing more consistent plays, or maybe even surprising plays going into game 3. Now, we have to keep in mind that these duos may not have experience playing with each other just because they are from different colleges and just because they've never gone against each other. Granted, this will bring a plethora of energy and unexpected plays between all of the duos in future games, since a dynamic playstyle will catch opponents off guard for the better.
Yeah, you're right. And this is also interesting because as we have more of these campus cups, maybe teams wind up formatting their teams from campus cup to campus cup as we have it, if we do it again. And it'd be interesting to see, like, do schools wind up generating more towards playing each other, like in the same house of school? Do we see more teams just chop it up to find the best duos in the whole collegiate ecosystem of Fortnite? But either way, remember, we're not getting to see the East versus the West. We're only seeing the winner of the East and the winner of the West. So that would also be an interesting series here as we move on. But so far, 3 waves have gone down, and I'm just loving being here alongside you, React, for competitive Fortnite.
Man, I love it too, Polly. You are sticking to your name, Polly Hype, getting all the hype up out here during endgame, especially in mid game too. We're keeping the entertainment going, and I truly love it.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So we are loading onto the battle bus, and just shortly, wave number 3 will start here. And I am so excited and ready for it. We are here for the Campus Cup featuring Fortnite. It's all collegiate. So all the teams and players that you're watching are all collegiate, college, or university teams. And it is so exciting to see here as we are developing this new area of esports. Let's head on in now to wave number 3 as we are dropping down alongside Vexy TV and Sirius, who are somewhere alongside the Rocky Reels or Chonker Speedway.
Oh, this is going to be so fun. I just wanted to touch up on a little bit of the drop spot beef that I saw going down with other players. They did say they were going to contest Sleepy and Rave Cave, but right here we are going to see Condo Canyon getting that land off with Vexy and Siri. For Sleepy, it's just such a big POI, lots of loot. North of Sleepy, so many houses. But once you cross that lake over, you go towards the south of Sleepy, you're gonna run into gas station, Joe's, motels, and all these buildings. But also, here it is, Tilted Towers. We were talking about that in Game 1, and I just want to see where these players are going to stand. We're looking at the Hammer AR, and so many ARs in Michael's inventory.
Yeah, and sometimes you got to pick the weapon up. Well, this is interesting. You keep 2 on deck. Oh, not only is this
like
a different
it.
skin, this is a different skin. You know what? Style points right here, React. Style points.
Definitely. Can we get him? Can we get him in the end?
His teammates said he's just saying, you know what? I don't know if I'm gonna win this round, but even though he doesn't care. He doesn't care.
I love it. He's living the time of his life. He's dancing, but where's his teammate to dance along with him? He's just gonna dance solo. We can't have him doing that.
Well, you know what I really love about this scene the most? We're on top of Tilted Towers here, and it's the style, the art style of this skin is like Fortnite has been able to make so many different art styles work in their universe of game, and it's really cool to see, especially with the anime skin here.
Can we talk about his backpack? His
That's a
teammate
really good
may
backpack.
not be alive, but he does have a dog accompanying him by his side.
I really like the dog. And this is the Fine here in the other screen. This is another team, but he's running alongside. This is the player we saw in the Dope Dingo screen from before. And using the traditional style Fortnite dance is Dope Dingo. He's not really worried about the tournament too much right now. And sometimes you need to have these players in your esports event. They just bring some style and fun.
Honestly, style points to them, but I'm worried about Defying. Is he not going to hear Dingo emoting right up above him?
Maybe he even saw it. Maybe he even did see, and he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna give this guy a break. He's here.
He knows he's going through something.
Exactly. And so far, it's Super Elite who is playing alongside Insomni. And both of those players get taken out here by Barack Obama. Wait a minute. Ex-President of the United States can't be in the game.
No, protect the president.
Hey, no, he did. The president's the one who got the eliminations. He protected himself. Well done.
Where
As we saw
are
a
his
double
security
kill.
guards?
They're not doing a very good job. They're both fired. So over now to we're seeing Anon and G2N being advanced here on Puffina and Drew SQER. And I apologize in advance if I'm butchering some of these names. Some of you have some wild names, to say the least. Yeah, well, he's not that. All right, he's not that bad. But some of the other ones are tough to say. Like we just saw a name full of letters and numbers. I don't know what that is. All right, hits AQ and Drewsker here as they are pushing in. And these are two separate teams. Once again, React, what do you like from what we're seeing here from Hits AU?
I can tell you that Hits AU loadout is kind of the same in comparison to the side-by-side, but we are also seeing him with such low health here. We're also going to see kills going in with his auto shotgun, getting that fight off and holding down that high ground with his but he's going to take damage and fall down to his death, unfortunately.
As Will and Krills and Hits AU once again, they will be taken out somewhat early in this one. 30 teams remain still in that first hill, which will be collapsing around 15 seconds here. Nounzy, TB, and Shadeless, we've seen them a lot so far on the day. They have their mats in hand here as they are sitting around 387 wood. We saw a rift there on the side, an activatable rift, which is another way to do a rift to go, essentially.
Yeah,
and we'll
definitely.
See it pick in. Yeah, go ahead.
Something I really love about where they're placed right now in Station is just how much rotation there's going to be and just how much loot they're going to be able to get when it comes down to shield and gathering all the materials. They kind of are in their little corner right now, you know, shopping, getting their own little things, but I love it. When they need to rotate, they're going to take those risks.
Yeah, and so far it's really played out in their favor here as we're seeing Vibin Yari get taken out by Unknown G. Players we have not seen so much on today. Unknown G going to get that elimination. Apollo, Vibin's teammate here, is cruising alongside the north side of the Daily Bugle and right into a rift here as Apollo's just trying to situate himself for the best one. And here comes King Balk and Capadona reached very far in wave number 1 React. We'll now see them switch over here as they are by the Connie Crossroad.
We're going to see, let's see, how many teams? 1, 2, 3, about 4 teams probably in Coney. Right. Yeah, we're going to see that go down and how people are going to have to contest each other, running into each other. And right now we're going to see King Bolt trying to make his way up on top of gas station, trying to be able to find that extra angle just to get the upper hand in advantage.
All right, two teams about to engage each other. It's Crest FPS, who was the winner of wave number 1. And Capadonna, 60 shield does get taken out of Crest, but Crest is not panicking. He has plenty of defensive resources, throwing down that heal over time, shield, health, blanking there, canister. So that's what I was trying to say, canister the whole time. And this isn't engaged though on King and Capadona, and it's the team that won Heat Wave. King Box does get knocked down by CJR, who has had the best, and he's got the legendary two-tone here React.
Yeah, they're going to use these sweaty tactics, trying to get out of the fight and take their way out of it, but Capadona's going to get taken out.
And right there, Capadonna and King will wind up losing early here. 27 teams remain. They'll get taken out, like you said, as Coney Crossroads has just lost a couple teams here, and now there's only about 2 remaining directly in town. We are still early here in the East region, wave number 3. As a minute 37 seconds remaining here in this hill here. And a second will be approaching shortly. Crest FPS and Twitter CJR were your winners from Heat number 1 React.
Yeah, you know what I love about their gameplay and where we are right now in the match? We're seeing 51 players and 27 duos. It's moving a little bit faster than game 1 and 2. We're seeing that consistent gameplay, knowing how to push teams and knowing how to maneuver around them.
And so far, it is pretty interesting here where we're seeing a nice bit of damage. Now over to City, though, and we haven't seen City yet, as he will get taken out, though. A short-lived stream for City there as Buquavius, the teammate there, using a Travis Scott skin. Okay, a little bit of respect there. I saw that. And it's 3 weapons here, 2 purples in hand. Got the purple hammer burst as well as that AK in hand here as a nice bush heal up for Buquavius, City's teammate.
Buquavius' loot is looking great on his hands right now. He does have 2 purple type of guns, and then he's also going to have that drum shotgun trying to get out of this fight and taking the river as a rotational method, but he's going to get tagged in the back. Buquavius, please, I need you to win this just so you can take your enemies to Astroworld.
As would be the goal, but Buquavius down to just 16 life, does not have any healing on site, and he's in trouble here because you only have a little bit of shielding. That's where he really wants to try to get off some of the shield, even the small vials, but he is going to take a shot there, and he is not going to make it out there. A quick damage from Twitter CJR, who will claim another life right there over to Vexy TV, and Sirius, who we've seen a couple times here, just north side of Condo Canyon. Second hill collapsing here, react shortly.
I really like how Sirius is holding the ratty angle right on top, crouching. That is honestly something I would do, and we're finding ourselves in a situation where this duo is going to have to go hand in hand with each other, or maybe dismiss from the fight, just depending on how well they feel on taking out this battle. I am getting the feeling that they are confident enough to take it, and they may win it.
Very, very possible, and hopefully they do, as they're looking to come out on top here. And right now, it's the Campus Cup East round number 3, so we're getting, we're halfway through that first half. Wow, what a jump up top there. Getting up top for Sirius and holding that high elevation. We're seeing Milk Shiesty, winner of wave number 2 team, in the left box, and Sirius team, who's been a constant on the day here, on the right box. So let's take a look here. Milk Shiesty, react. What do you think of Milk Shiesty's loadout right here?
Milk Shiesty's loadout is honestly OP in my eyes. Oh, well, as long as with his duo. Look at that. Look at all the slurps they have. We have 6, 12, 12 plus 4, 18. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. We got it.
That's a lot, though. I mean, that like, to your point, that is genuinely a lot of slurp 6-packs here, which are going to go down for Parzik, who, once again, these were the winners of wave 2.
Yeah, I really love all the heals that he's holding on to, but at the same time, we're also going to see the Hammer AR go into play and the Striker Pump. So they do seem safe in the situation right now with the type of box fight they're holding in the 1x1, but also branching out into different types of boxes as well, doing the charts.
And so far, Vexy, who's sitting on top of that harp gun, he's got a shotty, I see, and he's got a nice little SMG too. 155 remaining until this hill begins to close. And right now, Parzik and Milk Shiesty, they are so good at just making it through rounds and staying at 100 shield, 100 life. Sometimes you'll see players like Vexy kind of 74. They don't rush to get they don't rush to put the any more additional shielding on, but Parzik and Milk Shiesty, they always stay at 100, and I truly believe that's a wise strategy because it just keeps them prepared to go. Preparedness is key, and it keeps them prepared to go into any engagement at full life, full shield.
Yeah, most definitely. And I also want to highlight what is in Vexy's inventory with the Harpoon. That can be such a clutch play when it comes down to maybe needing to grapple onto something that is way too far away and you're in the midst of a fight, or maybe even just taking somebody's wall. So this Harpoon is going to be into great use.
Yeah, and I'm just loving here. We are here for, once again, competitive collegiate Fortnite alongside AKA Drakey, but we're switching over to Dom McFlurry, who has a green. He's got that little marksman sniper in hand. He will use the Rift to go. He had 2 of those. And now we're coming down. Where is he looking to flop, though? He's taking some damage. His team is actually, he's by himself. Little Tracy's already been taken out. He's taking a lot of damage despite being in the air. Just 17 life as he lands and trying to use some of those healing potions, healing slurp 6-packs to get the life back. He will get back up to 100 here, and we'll also use some minis to bring it back up to 50.
Yeah, most definitely. And when we're going to find McFlurry getting out of this box and trying to find out the fight and, getting those beams back on whoever tagged him, he's going to be in kind of a worryful position because he knows that there's teams all around him.
Right. And he's, they are just kind of sitting outside of the Daily Bugle here, just south of it, on the island cusp. And there's actually a lot of teams that are kind of to the east of Sanctuary. And there's a lot of teams actually out here. There's probably about 4 or 5 in the vicinity. Dom McFlurry is by himself. And right now, using one of those OG Fortnite skins, of course, which is always style points in my mind here as we pull up the map on the right. React, what are you seeing from the field here?
Oh man, I am seeing a lot of ocean. So that means that being able to build around this is going to be a little bit more difficult just because of the mechanics. When you get into that water, you're going to automatically swim, so you're going to need to build up.
That's right. And also, the teams that come into this that don't have a lot of mats, they're going to be in trouble here because they'll be sitting ducks in the water literally, or they're going to have to use their mats to build up and get that up top advantage. But the one thing, though, is that with so many teams in this area, there will be a lot of buildings. So teams can find their footing in the frantic chaos, even if they didn't have that many maps, by following other teams' building paths.
Here we are with Milk, Shiesty, and Parze going in with the tags from the SMG. A gun that is used for more close range, but they're going to use it as far range.
Right. And it still does its job, medium distance there, as some defense from Milk Shiesty. These were the winners, once again, of that wave number 2. And we're on wave number 3 here for the East region. Tomorrow, we'll be joined by the West region, and that'll be Zephyr Cast alongside Bass from the Past, who will be casting that here for EsportsU. Campus Cup featuring Fortnite, of course. Very first one we've ever done. And if you have not done so yet, make sure to hit that follow button on the EsportsU Twitch page here. As we're seeing Sirius take some damage by Milk Shiesty. Parzik just a couple paces behind in the south in his own 4x4. And some nice build tricks here as Parzik gets together with Milk Shiesty, operating better as a team than solo.
Yeah, Milk, Shiesty, and Parzik are going to try to get out of Storm that they are right on the edge of. So this is going to be a little bit tough for them, knowingly that they're going to run into some players right in front of them. Look at that. We have Barack Obama. We're going to run into Donald Trump and Barack Obama anytime soon with Shiesty and how they're rotating.
That is such a great team in Fortnite collegiate competitive. That's so funny. Gotta love it. Defying, though, does find Sirius. 25 teams remaining in this one. 46 players, though, still. So some of these teams do have a solo player. That they are not all duo players. Like both, sometimes some of these teams have had members eliminated already. Milk Shiesty, though, not in the best position. He's going to start to build up north, but a team is on top of him, not letting him. It looks like it's dying over there. Denying. Trying to read the name while he's camera twitching. Not the easiest situation, but right here, Milk Shiesty and Parzik have been taking some damage on the shielding. They're going to have to find their way out, React.
Yeah, most definitely. We find them here in the same box, getting the splashes off, knowingly that they're going to heal up to their fullest potential. Like you said, and like you noticed earlier in the round, they're never going to make sure that their shield is below 50.
Yeah, and that's the way it's got to be here, as they are doing a very good job. Parzik and Milk, they're still sitting now at 100 for Milk. He's dropping down, does fine. Call me AK for the knockdown, though. Not an elimination yet. Call me AK is going to get picked up. Milk, he's going to throw him. He throws him out. He says, get out of here, you bum. And now he's gone over there. Well done, and that's the elimination coming in, and a big-time re-up here, React, for Milk Shiesty and Parzik.
That was a really smart play by Shiesty, actually, to pick him up and throw him out into a place that he knows is safe and can go gather the loot whenever he wants to. So I really like that play on how he just threw him out there, but said, bye-bye, I will come back for your loot later.
That's right, and it worked out exactly how they wanted it to. Beautiful stuff there, as Milk Shiesty and his teammate pick up another one. Now we're over to the line and Ayoda. We haven't seen them yet, just on the day, as they are just sitting in the water, built in their own little 2-story 4x4 or so, 6x6. Some nice shots coming out here from the marksman rifle onto Michael. And Michael dropped very close there to JCR, as it's just kind of little skirmishes React taking place here in the water of this heat number 3.
Everyone is just trying to get their tags in right now. We do see them playing passively, and we know that the water can be super dangerous for these players just because of how hard it is going to be to move around. We're going to see players trying to get the tags in from those drifting out of the sky.
Damage does come out here for the line, and as we take a look, I'd love to pull up the 2 screen here with the map. Let's pull up the map here, because I want to see, as we're seeing 2 AM Trey find a quick... Actually, wait a minute! Milk Shiesty and Parzik just got taken out in the kill feed. They won last round, and they will not be able to continue here in round number 3 as we take a look. React, break us down here for the map and where the teams are currently playing out.
Yeah, Milk Shiesty and Parzik did make it rather far, but again, we are seeing that water. We are seeing 2 drops there for those trying to get more loot and trying to get that upper hand advantage. But it's going to be rather tough when it goes more into Storm. We are going to see players running into each other, having to fight each other, and this one's going to be tough, Polly.
Yeah, that it is, but still enjoying every second of this collegiate Fortnite event, the Campus Cup, presented here by EsportsU and the Collegiate Sport Management Group. and sponsored by New Street Collect Wisely. So right here, we're seeing Ayota drop down, and he's kind of putting himself into line in a awkward position because they did chase to go get those mats, putting them on 500 stone, 450 steel, and some quality, and 500 wood. But now they're also exposed here, React, and it seems like they're taking some damage because someone has been alerted that they're there, not in the safest of areas.
Yeah, Polly. If I was one of the teammates playing, I would be focusing their team right now. I did see a Yoda try to use his harpoon to his best advantage, but they did dive down and go for that loot. So that is typically why they did get shot out and focused on more into the round. But let's see how he carries it on solo.
So far, things have been going well for all the teams as we're seeing a lovely angle here dropping down in the free cam pan, and here it is. It's in the boat. The boat gets ghosted by Cowboy and Hyper Awareness here, as we're seeing on the left hand side. Let's break it down. Crest FPS, they were the winners. CJR in the bottom left here, top left of your screen, they're building a quick little dual size 4x4. 2am Trey and Flopper Kev, they're inside about to battle, aka Drakey and Kennedy. And let's see here over to 2am Kev, who he is right there in the middle of the screen. There's 3 teams now just battling alongside 3 levels of 4x4, and 2am at the highest of them here, React.
It's important to use not all of your mats because you want to stay as safe as possible. You want to be able to have that shield, to have that advantage of knowing that you have builds near you to be able to cover yourself. But also, I was looking at the bow and I was thinking, wow, what if somebody got in it and tried to knock down other people's builds?
Right. That would be an interesting dynamic, to say the least. And so far, I mean, we've just been seeing so much quality action here. I'm really loving this collegiate Fortnite stuff so far at the Campus Cup. And right now, 2am Trey with 2 kills on this one here, and Jan Man NK on the left side of the screen. 2am Trey here on the right, F7. And FS Law and F7 Jan Man is going to be the team. And 2am Trey on your right side of the screen are just going to be slow editing out of the top here. They find exactly where they want to go, and 2am's on the move.
Oh, he's going to rush into Storm and take that damage, but also take the Rift out, which is really great for his positioning. I really thought that if he was going to take that damage, this may not be the best look for Jan Man, but since he is up in the sky and 2am Trey is going to crank up there, this isn't looking too bad.
No, and so far it's been 2am Trey who's been in pretty good position here. Over now to the Jonathan Plays, who is at the top. He's on the left side screen here, and he is just coasting down. 2am Trey almost found a kill here. 2am trying to go duck hunting and finding some kills in the air. There's people everywhere. Wait a minute. 2am just eliminated Defying in the air for his 3rd elimination bonus point. Now over to 2am Trey full screen here. We are on hill number 6. 2am putting some damage in him. Hill number 7 on the way in just 5 seconds. 2am Trey gonna knock down Jonathan Plays, and 2am Trey at the height of the floor here, React, is getting all the downs and eliminations.
I love it. We are always seeing these teams holding high ground, and they're always going to have the upper hand advantage. But we're also going to see 2am Trey with only 28 builds to his name, while Flopper has 49.
That's right. As right now, it is the magic of competitive collegiate Fortnite that's bringing us some of this. Look at all the people in the sky from the rift. It's raining people, React.
It's raining people. Hallelujah. But in this case, it's raining collegiate Fortnite players.
That's right. Raining collegiate Fortnite players.
Go off, Polly. All right, we are going to see all these eliminations going down with 2am. 4 eliminations to his name. Only 9 builds, though. 8 builds, 6 builds. We're just seeing his builds go down. He's going to need that refresh, but let's see if his teammate is going to drop him some mats, which indeed he did.
Yeah, and now both team Flopper Kev 7 as well as 2am Trey, they're going to both share about 20 builds instead, giving some defensive pressure and barely seeing the hitbox. No! It's 2am
Barack
Trey.
Obama!
He knocked him out the sky. Donald Trump is the only one remaining.
Oh man, this
president
game
team
is going crazy. Endgame, I'm telling you, this is going to be such an aggressive endgame with the ocean in mind.
Right. What a peculiar build spot, React, over the ocean where you literally have to build to stay alive. Now that's pretty chaotic.
Absolutely, absolutely.
As we're seeing once again over to Flopper and Trey. Yeah, what do you want to say, React?
No, all you, Polly. Take it away.
Okay. All right, good. I like to hear it. So down into the basement is where we go. Flopper Kev is actually on team here with 2 a.m. Trey, I believe. 5 eliminations, though, for Trey. 3 for Tev. They are 8 eliminations for this team here. And what schools are they from? Would be great news here. Legendary SMG for Flopper. Purple two-tone pump. Who another knockdown here for is on Kitty. And Flopper, Tev, and 2 a.m. Trey finally get taken out, but some big-time eliminations there, React.
Yeah, definitely. We did see Trey with so many eliminations, so he should be safe in the eyes of the Collegiate Fortnite tournament. But we're also going to see Zammy flying in and taking low ground, but also trying to maneuver around. He is flopping everywhere, so I want to see where this plays out for him.
Yeah, and so far it has just been exciting stuff here as once again Zammy is actually going to use that late round rift to go, and it's going to drop him right down into the action. However, it is a 2-on-1. Twitter CJR was the winner of the first set, and the Twitter advantage does get his teammate in Crest as well. Twitter CJR is looking good here. Let's go to single screen. I want to see how many teams are remaining in this one, and we have 5 teams, just 9 players left, which means 4 teams of 2 and 1 solo. I believe that's who we were just watching in Zammy.
Here we go. We're looking at the last storm here. No storm surge greatly, which we did see in game 1, game 2, and game 3 is just such a big game changer. We're in the middle of everything now, and we're going to see these fights break down.
That's right. As we are looking at some of this competitive collegiate Fortnite action, East Region Round 3. The Storm is in 9 out of 9. We are about to enter the most defensive, the smallest little bit of area here. As an edit comes through here for CJR, this is the team to watch now. They were the winners of wave number 1, and React, a second win for CJR and FPS Crest could really set the tone here as we switch over to Zammy, the only single player left in this one.
This is going to be really important when it comes down to mechanics here. You're going to have to move around with Storm and be able to move around all these players while getting dropped like Zammy just did. We're seeing Zammy stay in the middle of Storm, so he's going to be safe as of now, not taking any damage, but he was going to get eliminated.
Yeah, finally Zammy does lose it there. CJR does get taken out, and so does Crest. It's going to be, is it? Wait, no, Crest is still alive! Wait, what just happened?
No.
The Storm killed Crest, and Bracken won. The Storm killed Crest. Bracken hit him with a shotgun shot. The Storm, it probably left him to 1 life. And then the Storm killed Crest. And Bracken winds up winning it. So it's CJR and Crest who make it to number 2. So a massive point victory there, React. But it's Bracken and his team who wind up winning Wave East Region number 3.
That absolutely caught me off guard. I did think Crest had it in the bag, and I loved how Zammy was following the Storm. So everything to me was such a big surprise. And like how I said, this game is going to be so surprising for so many players. We may see somebody outperform someone in game 1, but when we get closer into the games, we're going to see so many different outplays.
Yeah, and it's every single round adds to your point totals, whether it's elimination for the bonus points, whether it's placing in a certain ranking of the round itself, or a combination of both. So every single team, for the most part, each round is collecting as many points as possible to see where they finish after 6 possible heats here for the EsportsU Campus Cup. What did you take away from that one, React? We saw Bracken win, but once again, it was CJR as well as Crest who make it to the final 3 teams.
Yeah, most definitely. It was all about eliminations this round. It really wasn't about winning because we knew how bad the end game was going to be, having to maneuver around the ocean and having to maneuver around all of the terrain that was there. So getting these eliminations was super duper important for these players this game.
Yeah, I find it funny, Bracken, as he winds up shotgunning Crest FPS towards the end of wave number 3 there, he actually had fallen in the water. They were coming off of the building. There wasn't a lot of build left. So he was in the water, kind of sitting duck a little bit. If he doesn't land that shot, thankfully, shotgun winds up connecting. Crest dies to the Storm, only being at 1 life or so after that shot. And just like that, yeah, amazing stuff here coming out from amazing stuff coming out there from Crest as well as CJR. But it's Bracken. Who production? Do me a favor. Tell me what Bracken's teammate is there. From that one, I just want to make sure. I want to clarify. We'll get to clarify there as we move on. But once again, this is the Esports EsportsU Campus Cup. Oh, Boxo. We've seen Boxo and Bracken place pretty far in each round. We've seen CGR as well as Crest finish pretty far in each round. And we've seen Milk Shiesty and his teammate as well, Parzik. What was that? Which team is that production? All right. So, React, can you deliver that information for us, please?
Yeah, production, can you say that? Braxton and Boxo is on first place, so that is super exciting to see for them. And my camera just died, but that was because
Okay.
of how well the gameplay actually did. I think my camera died, but I just got overwhelmed.
So much hype coming out of the Fortnite game. It literally short-circuited your camera. It's all good. Glad you noticed. Welcome back here as we have the EsportsU Campus Cup featuring Fortnite, New Street, sponsored by New Street. Collect wisely. When we come back, we'll have the East Region Heat number 4. We're halfway through the heats. Holy Hype alongside React. Don't go anywhere. Collegiate Fortnite. We are coming right back in a moment.
See ya.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Collegiate Esport Commissioners Cup 2022. Once again, I'm still Septulence, but this time I am joined by the CEO of New Street, Eric, who's going to get to tell us about NFTs, which I'm really excited because I told you this before the interview. I know nothing. I'm like a newborn baby about this.
Yeah.
So I would love to hear kind of about what you do, and then we can talk a little bit more about the esports side of things.
Yeah, so absolutely. We'll get into the NFT side in a second. But just to quickly explain what I do,
Yeah, of course.
Eric Witchen, thank you for the intro. CEO of New Street. And New Street is a media and analytics platform for collectors. So you can think about it as like the world of collectibles has grown significantly over the last 5 to 10 years. And what's happened is we've had a lot of marketplaces evolve. So places that are going to sell you things. Like if I want to buy a pair of sneakers, I have to go to no less than 10 to 12 websites in order to figure out the best price. So the value proposition for us starts with, as a collector, where can I buy these things on the internet and where can I get the best deal possible? And then furthermore, we add media and insights, sort of like a financial technology company would do, but around things that I personally care about a lot more than stocks.
Right.
So that's us.
Absolutely. So looking at it, NFTs being one thing, esports being the other.
Yeah.
Where's the link?
Yeah.
Where's the connection there?
So first off, let's demystify NFTs a little bit.
Oh yes, please.
So first of all, an NFT is the first time in human history that we've been able to prove that something digital is scarce.
Yeah.
You need to take that in for a second. So basically, we've been creating things on the internet and with digital art and otherwise for many, many years. We're buying in-game items, we're doing a bunch of things, and we've been taught that because you can copy and paste those things, they have no value, right? Enter the blockchain, and the blockchain allows us to be able to prove that something digital is truly owned by one particular person.
Sure.
So you can copy and paste that thing as many times as you want,
Is it
but
like
you
a
don't own it.
certificate then?
It's absolutely like a certificate of authenticity, certificate of ownership that could represent a digital asset or a physical asset just as equally.
Right.
There are people playing with this in real estate markets. I mean, so collectibles, is just one of the areas that this thing is interesting in. But in terms of esports, I think it connects very much to. When you think about all the work that you do as a gamer in these ecosystems, what happens if one day this ecosystem, this company that controls this ecosystem no longer exists? All your in-game assets and all the things that you've worked so hard no longer exist too. And so, of course, the primary use case of these assets in ecosystem are going to be within the ecosystem, maybe forever. But it'd be really nice to be able to pull them out of the ecosystem, own them separately. And so if those companies are foregone, go by the wayside someday, you still have these things to say, hey, I used to play this game.
Right.
It was a lot of fun. And so that's really where I think the value comes in.
Okay, so that's
preservation of value, so to speak.
Yeah, so that's a great kind of segue into the other part. You've got all these positives, so people that are looking at it, they're kind of shaking their head a little bit. They're like, oh, this is going to be damaging. This can be harmful.
Of course.
What is kind of the counterpoint to that, I guess?
Of course. The counterpoint is that I think the misperception is these NFT games are coming to take gaming away from gamers or the fun out of games.
Uh-huh.
And the fact of the matter is that's like a lot of the current NFT gaming is more of a replacement for casino gambling than it is for anything else.
Sure.
I mean, these are not meant to be competitive with the games that you guys are playing here, and shouldn't be seen as such. So it's almost like two completely different industries.
Okay.
The graphic engines and all the things that are behind the scenes on these things, they're just not there yet. I mean, if you look at it looks like some of these look like Minecraft 10 years ago.
Right.
But that being said, really it's the connectivity to economics, to the rest of the web and whatnot that makes a lot of these things really more interesting.
Sure.
And those things haven't even happened yet.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. So it's to kind of pull us away from the e-sport back to the NFT kind of topic. And you and I did discuss this a little bit before the interview, is people are often talking about how NFTs can be damaging or harmful to kind of the real world, literal environment, the environment
definitely,
itself. So
definitely.
what is kind of, for somebody, compared to me who knows nothing, someone who actually knows what's up with NFTs, what's the stance on that?
Yeah, so absolutely. So it's one of the most strongest negatives about NFTs right now is the carbon footprint that these blockchains leave. And just to get not too technical, but just to talk really quickly through it, there's these things that essentially are used to confirm transactions. It's called a consensus mechanism.
Okay.
Essentially, it's how do you prove that the ledger is accurate?
That it happened,
right? And so Bitcoin and Ethereum currently use this thing called proof of work.
Okay.
And that uses a lot of energy, tons of energy. I mean, energy of small countries. So I do agree that on a per user basis, the electricity that's being used right now by the network is absolutely higher than it should be. That being said, Ethereum in particular is going through a change this year that's going to reduce the emissions by something like 99.5%.
Wow.
So it's really like, it's kind of like one of those things that is a current problem, but that problem gets solved really quickly.
Right.
And I sometimes question the areas that these narratives come from. Because when you think about it, right, like negative narratives tend to come from industries that don't want something to succeed. And you look at the things like crypto industries or whatnot. And there's a lot of industries that stand to lose if crypto wins. So I'll just leave it at that. But there's a lot of false narratives being perpetuated, especially around the environment. And the fact of the matter is whereas they are currently concerns, they very quickly become non-concerns.
Sure.
And a lot of actually the current blockchains that are being used actually already use this consensus mechanism.
Okay.
So really take very, very, very little power.
Yeah, so I guess the question is, are you afraid that even after they fix this, the 99% goes on,
Sure.
Are you afraid that's going to damage the longevity of this idea, of this concept?
I think that it has the potential to, right?
Sure.
Because we're still in the early adoption phase.
Right.
And so anytime you get a narrative as strong, especially environmental ones, which I am very attuned with, environmental concerns, it alienates a large group of people. So there are groups of people, that like lobbyists for all intents and purposes that are taking the counterpoint and are essentially lobbying for the crypto industry. So lobbyists everywhere, basically.
Yeah, and I guess, so we've covered the NFT portion, we've covered a little bit of the gamer portion, but a gamer watching this, somebody gaming.
Absolutely.
Where's the benefit for them? What's the benefit of kind of the gaming NFT?
Absolutely. So I would say right now, very little. I'll be honest with you.
Sure.
But it's coming. And where it's coming is in the ability to own these in-game items and digital objects that you worked so hard to collect, that commemorate things that you've done, things that you've won. It connects to a lot of different things, particular in esports, but also just in everyday life.
Yeah.
Ticketing for events is there's a lot of ticketing vendors that are moving to this as some way to keep these tickets immortalized in your wallet forever.
Just that
once in a while I'll find a little piece of paper that reminds me that I went to a concert in 1987.
Right.
But generally speaking, I don't find those that often.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's a lot of really cool things, and I think that a lot of people get sort of, any nascent industry is going to have cash grabs and scams.
Right.
The internet had that in '99 and 2000 as well, but here we are. So, that's kind of how I think about things.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hey, thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.
I know that I have learned a lot. I hope people watching have learned a lot as well, but I really appreciate all that.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the EsportsU Campus Cup featuring Fortnite, sponsored by New Street. Collect wisely. My name is Paulie Hype, alongside React Tang here on the day as your casters. React, we're halfway through the competitive heats here. What have you liked? What have you seen? What's the feedback so far?
So much going on, Polly. I can tell you that. We are seeing people going down left and right in these games. We're going into game 4, and I'm super excited to see where everyone is going to place, what the leaderboard is looking like. And we did see some players, dance at the top of Tilted, but we did also see some players go down, maybe like the presidents. But, we got to protect them this time. We got to.
Yeah, you're right. And every player has had their own experience here in the EsportsU Campus Cup. But next up, we have heat number 4. And heat number 4 is going to be exciting to say the least as we take a look at the halftime 3-round leaders. And it's going to be Bracken and Boxo with a total combined 78 score with 18 eliminations.
Yeah, this is looking great for Bracken and Boxo.
Yeah, Braxton. And now, React, tell us about the leaderboard for the East Finals.
Okay, in positioning number 1, we are looking at Broken and Boxo at 78 points. Shadis and Nosy at position number 2 with 65 points. We're coming close with Crest and CJR, in which we saw so many times in this game, coming in with 61 points. I just wanted to highlight the 2 of the same elimination scores of 18 and 18 with number 1 and number 2 on the leaderboard. What are we thinking about this, Polly?
Well, it's interesting because let alone that, they have a 13-point round differential, which means that Broken and Boxo have been making it further in each in some of these heats there. So despite the same amount of 18 bonus point eliminations, they are still 13 behind. So Broken and Boxo have been just finishing ahead, but no slouch to Nounsy and Shadis here. We haven't seen them in terms of winning a heat yet. They haven't won yet. We've seen them in all of them get pretty far, and that alone with the 18 eliminations have given them so many bonus points that they are sitting at the position number 2, despite 3 waves going by and not winning one yet in first place.
Now, I do want to talk about Fluger and Jonathan with 7 eliminations and 56 points. There is a tie for 2 at position number 4, Venom and Cut, and Fluger and Jonathan.
Right. And interesting to say the least, because again, these 2 teams, Venman and Cut and Fluger and Jonathan, we have not seen them traditionally make it, necessarily as far. I know there's a lot of screens going on and we're only looking at a couple at a time, but still a team that has been behind the scenes, making it far each round, despite not seeing them much was the point. Right now, tied at 4th for 56. They're only 5 points behind 3rd, and they're only 9 points behind 2nd. I mean, honestly, Broken Boxo are starting to pull away a little bit, but with 3 rounds left, we can potentially see it. Let's say another 80 points on the board. This can still go anyone's way.
Yeah, that's very true. I did want to highlight Milks and Parzik with 17 eliminations and 55 points, staying at number 6. I personally thought that they would be higher up there with
Me too.
how they are playing, but we are going to be seeing them in the middle ground here.
Yeah, and this is going to round out your top 10. Also a tie for 9th with Flopper, Kev, Trey, and Zay and Dom. So those teams there will tie as well. And I agree with you. I thought Milks and Parzik were going to be much higher, but it's also somewhat skewed because think about it. They're literally 1 point behind 3rd place. So even though the chart here says that they are in quote unquote 6th, 1 point takes them 2 points rather take them above Venman and Cut and Fluger and Jonathan. So still there are 6 to 8 teams that are all within. I mean, look at it, even the top 10, they're all within the range of being able to make it back. So without further ado, we have the 4th heat coming up next, and I'm excited to get this action underway because let's see where these teams start playing out in the second half of the back end here.
Yeah, most definitely, Polly. I am ready for game 4, and I am ready to see where everything leads to.
That's right. Well, before we get into game 4, it's just enjoyment here we are in the summer, technically, right? It's the Campus Cup, sponsored, of course, by New Street. Collect wisely, put on here by EsportsU and CSMG. Shout out to all the production team, social media team that are home helping us out here with the event while we get to cast and have a great time. and this is featuring Fortnite. So we get to see competitive collegiate Fortnite on a lovely Saturday evening here, and it's just such a fun time once again to be back here, to be here with you, React, and having a blast casting this event with you.
Yeah, I mean, summer is the time to relax, and we are watching the Campus Cup. I'm a college student myself, so I can relate to
Oh,
them. And, I'm hoping that they have so much fun despite them getting eliminated. But I want to see all of this happen.
where do you go to college, if I can ask, React? Is you have a university or school you're rooting for in particular, or a region rather?
I don't know, to be honest, because I have not seen my school in here. But I
True.
think, I don't know. I just want to go for the schools that are separate from each other, where one may be from Florida, like we saw, and one may be from California.
So you want a mixed team to win?
I do. I want to see how that chemistry goes down.
Yeah, well, I'll take the opposite end of the coin because it's the truth. I actually think there's more prestige in one school showing up, like kind of like a school representation. Maybe that's a separate tournament, right? Like a totally school represented event. But either way, we have tons of great duos here, whether they're from the same school or mixed school. Is going to be the representation of truly the best collegiate Fortnite players in the space as we get ready for wave number 4. So we have 4, 5, and 6 remaining. Still 3 waves and so much story to be told here in the Campus Cup, EsportsU Campus Cup featuring Fortnite. So coming up next, wave number 4. And, as soon as production has it ready, we'll be jumping right into it. So we've seen, what are some of the changes? Let's get into this. What are some of the changes you like about Chapter 3, Season 3 here, React?
Well, I really do want to see Rave Cave come into the game here because I know how much rotation can go down there. We are
Okay.
looking at places where ballers usually would go through, but we're going to see teams being able to glide through the roller coaster that is at Rave Cave. So that is something I am looking forward to the most in this game. But we
Sure.
did see ocean plays, we did see high ground plays, we saw all of it.
We did. Is there a certain weapon or is there a certain weapon in particular, or maybe a certain strategy to get eliminations that you like more than other, whether it's, maybe using the ball or let me ask you this. Are you a defensive player or an offensive player? Are you building or are you engaging?
I personally would say I am engaging just because I W key a lot. I
Okay,
go
exactly.
in with my striker pump and I say, hello, this is me. I'm going to striker pump you. But that is the type of player I am, a W key player. I'm not really passive when it comes to building and getting down to these sweaty strategies like doing the peanut butter or so what.
Sure.
But that's the type of player I am. How about you, Polly?
I'm the same exact way. W key, when I was competing, I was always W key, forward key, up on the control stick, whatever you want to call it. But I'm the same way. I mean, look, if there's money on the line, true big money on the line, maybe I'm playing more defensive in a battle royale because it's just in my opinion, you're going to get further camping than you are engaging. But the one thing that I do love about the way Fortnite does their competitive is that at some point the hills start moving. You cannot camp. At some point, if camping's your main strategy, at some point in the wave cycle, even if you make it to the end, you will be taken out of your comfort zone when that hill starts to move. So not only are you going to have to scrap and fight, but you're also going to be down on resource for not being able to engage camping so much. So there's wins and bads to both. There's goods and bads to both. In the end of the day, I think we're seeing the more aggressive teams come out on top due to the fact that they have better inventory moving forward. But without further ado, I'd love to bring in some of this heat for right now of the Campus Cup. Let's bring it in for the East Region Heat number 4. React, we're going in.
Let's go, Polly. I did want to say that, we are looking at Donald Trump here. Super duper
DT.
excited. Let's see how DT is going to take this down. And,
Wait a minute. React. Was that the Doctor Strange?
It is, Paul. Yes.
Oh, that is so sick.
And we are seeing the Borderlands skin too. So he's rocking 2 different type of things.
That looks so cool. That's why I was sorry, React. I didn't mean to interrupt you. That's just like Doctor Strange is my favorite Marvel. That's so.
No, you're totally fine. But we are going to see hits and kills go down in the feed already. That was rather quick, to be honest with you.
Someone shot out the air there potentially as we're seeing Brock O and DT drop down onto the ground here. There's going to be a quick assault rifle pickup here for DT. And we got Barack O here who finds a marksman rifle as well.
Yeah, definitely. We are seeing the AUG to his name as well as 2 floppers and a half pot. Here goes the splashes again, which will be really great to utilize and capitalize on when it does come down into the later games.
So both ex-presidential names, but then also both Borderlands skins inside Fortnite. So kind of interesting stuff there. As we take a look here at Broken. Broken on top of the leaderboards with Boxo. And this is the team to beat right now, React. If you ask me, they're sitting at the... You cannot have this team get to the end of every single wave. The only way other teams are going to catch up on them is if they start eliminating them early.
This is a really great positioning for them because they are on the edge of glory on the map. We are looking at Storm being super far away from them, but we are at 1 Storm out of 9, so it is nothing much to worry about with 2 minutes of Storm to go through. We're going to see them try and loot up, and without any disturbance, no one's going to be near them.
No, and so far what we're seeing is just confidence coming out from Boxo as well as Broken, and they're sitting pretty. I mean, they're at 78 points after 3. They've made it to the end of 3 waves now. That's the only way you can get so high in terms of the points is to finish in 3 waves. And just so far, it's just looking great here if you are Boxo. And over now to Carp Season and Jelly Zam as they are coming outside of the shifty shafts there.
Yeah,
and this is the early part of the game, React, where they're just kind of farming.
Yeah, and they are trying to get into fights here, trying to eliminate as many players as they can before they get into endgame and all hectic breaks loose.
Absolutely correct, and I'm just loving what I'm seeing from all these collegiate teams over to Vish, Pawn, and Jelly Zam. 2 different teams here in the dual box for the Campus Cup. And it's going to be a quick action, though. Carp Season, Jelly's teammate, is taking some damage. But it's Vish Pawn who, from the backside, they do eliminate Carp Season. And they'll find Jelly Zam, too. No! Jelly winds up getting the better of Vish. And Jelly Zam eliminates 2 there. And even though his teammate was taken out, Jelly will get the 2 eliminations there, React.
But he is going to get beamed from the back and get down to 13 HP, but gets eliminated, which is super sad for him because he did gather that siphon from that kill.
Right. And so far, things did not go in the way of Zam, who gets eliminated somewhat early. RH Quinn, I believe they were 7th or 8th on top of the top 10, but still right there in contention, no question. Right there in contention for this top leaderboard position if they're able to stay here. WTJ Tiny and RH Quinn here. Now over to Sap Games and High Ground, who are just there inside the Rave Cave. You said you wanted to see it, and a couple teams dropped here, React.
You know why I love Rave Cave so much? Just because of how high energy it is and how high energy of a gameplay it's going to be. Rave Cave is like getting around a maze. You can land outside of it or you can land inside of it. It took place of Command Cavern, so with launch pads all around, there are way more places to glide around Rave Cave with high ground and even more elevated surfaces.
Sure, and that's a very, very proper assessment here, as we are seeing right now in the East round number 4, Rave Cave, High Ground, Sap Games on your screen. 25 teams remaining as we are in the early part of this one, and so many colors here in the Rave Cave. We're seeing F7, Jan Mac just a couple paces over to the north. And there's about 4 teams here in the Rave Cave, so you got your wish, React. They're all here.
Yes, the party is going to go down at Rave Cave, but we're also going to see Jonathan Plays at Reality Falls, one of the newer locations that we have not seen yet in this game. So Reality Falls does have a lot to go about. We have the bouncy slurp mushrooms, which are great for rotations and obtaining shield at the same time. You can easily get away by just look. We did see Sin go on that mushroom and be able to escape from that fight, and now he's building out.
And that's exactly like you said, Fluger. Jonathan Plays here, 2 different in the box. Jonathan Plays going up north, using some of those resources. Does find John X here in his sights, and this is the same team that are playing. So sometimes in the box we have the same team, sometimes we have a different team. So Sin there says, I'm going to take one of the bounce mushrooms right out of there. And I love that bounce mushroom. Wow, it actually gives you a lot of height and visibility and vision.
Yeah, that's something I love about Reality Falls, how you can take that mushroom and then you can just launch up in the air and deploy, try to find out who your next bait is going to be.
And that is actually genius what we just saw from this team. Genius! Vision, Fluger was shooting John 2X because Jonathan Plays chased him for the call out. So even though Fluger was getting some damage off, he didn't know exactly where the enemy was through the tree line, but he was able to follow Jonathan Plays because his teammate was on his tail, so he had a good educated guess as to where to shoot some bullets. Genius stuff right there.
Something I love about Pfluger and how he maneuvers around with Jonathan Plays as a duo is how they're keeping each other sustained with their loot. They have 100 shield, 100 health, and 100 everything to their name. But we are going to find City gliding. But he's unconscious?
What is he? How?
Yeah,
Did
this
someone
So-
threw him in the air loop?
I'm guessing so here, Polly.
So his teammate had to throw him in the air loop, or an enemy threw him in the air loop to his demise. No, it was his teammate.
Nah,
Wait,
that is evil of them.
are they? Is he trying to catch him here?
I wish I could tell you, Polly. Oh,
Okay, they were. They were just trying to get. Oh, okay. They were being chased, trying to get to safety. Bukavi is trying to get City up, but it's not going to happen as F7 here. FS Law as well as Jamak is right on their tail, and this is going to be elimination for City. Bukavi is at the bottom of the Rave Cave, and Bukavi is going to get taken out as well. FS Law will add an elimination there onto the team as we switch over to Tox and Zammy. We've seen Zammy here a couple times on the day. Let's take a look here at the loadout react. What do you like in here for Zammy's loadout? Kind of basic, but still on par.
Pretty basic, pretty much the starter kit, and I do like where they're starting, again with the Harpoon. This one can come in clutch whenever they need to, but we are going to find them heading out of Rocky Reels, getting beamed from the back, but also trying to make it into Storm.
Right. As we take a look here at the dual cam, it's Parzik and Milk Shiesty on the same team here. Both of these teammates are engaging on Zammy and Tox. Tox sitting in just 2 4x4s here, and it's going to be Milk Shiesty who are smelling blood in the water, even though they're on land. And it's Parzik and Milk Shiesty coming in for the kill, and I don't know how Zammy's going to get out of this one. Let's take a look now. One team Tox on the left side screen, one team Parzik on the right side screen. Both these teams are combating each other, but it's Parzik with the height elevation.
Yeah, they know. They're vultures in the area of their fights. They do have the splashes, if we highlight that. They're always carrying them, knowingly that they can heal off rather quickly, not only for themselves, but for their teammates. So it's not a selfish play, which is great as a duo.
All right. And we're seeing the damage finally come out, though. Tox in trouble at the bottom. Parzik has plenty of shield, plenty of life. Both the players here are in trouble. Tox going to get some of that six-pack out. Give him about 96 life, but no, Parzik with the two-tone shotty is going to put it down easy. And Milk Shiesty and Parzik still sitting around full life, and they are not worried at all as they are making this one look easy, taking in their first elimination each of East round number 4.
Yeah, something I noticed about Tox when he was fighting Parzik is that he was out of material, so he was kind of stuck in the dust there.
Right. Totally makes sense. And so far, we're seeing now a rotation from Dom McFlurry. So Lil Tracy won, Dom McFlurry. We haven't seen them a ton on the stream here in terms of the cam, but they are actually waiting to pinch this one team. I don't know who's coming out of Sleepy Sound here. I can't see because they won't turn the camera. There we go. Hyper awareness it is coming in, and I'm pretty sure Dom and Lil Tracy are aware. They are, and they're going to come to eliminate Hyper Awareness and Cowboy here as we pull them both up in the two-tone screen. Hyper Awareness on one team, Dom McFlurry on the other. Hyper Awareness is not aware of Dom McFlurry here. It's going to be a back turn. Dom McFlurry, though, quickly into the build. Dom trying to build up top here. It's going to be engaged, and Hyper Awareness is trying to escape react.
I love it. I love how Dom McFlurry was crouching and doing out the rat plays, but this worked out for the better for him. He was able to scout out Hyper Awareness, and now they are finding themselves in a fight here, looking like it's a 2v1 situation.
And just like that, it's going to be a re-engage here as a drop down from the sky as Dom McFlurry. He's going to chase down Cowboy, and Hyper Awareness is taking shots in the sky from a couple other teams here. Hyper Awareness actually down to 62 life, and this is not good. Dom McFlurry is in high pursuit. He gets shot a little bit on his own right into a single 4x4 box here for Hyper Awareness and his teammate.
Yeah, most definitely. We're going to see them cranking up to the sky, trying to get these fights off and trying to eliminate one another.
Right. So far, I'm loving what I'm seeing here from all these competitive collegiate teams. Little Tracy one there on the right, Hyper Awareness on the left. It's a battle here. Both these teams are on top of each other, and both have brought themselves back up into life and shield territory. Just like that, Cowboy Jock's going to take down a little bit. Engaged, though, from the shotgun. Cowboy gets dropped. Little Tracy now sitting at full life. Cowboy's teammate can still be up here. Dom McFlurry's going to engage as well. It's hyper-awareness is the teammate. They're both in there, and that team is going to get eliminated. Little Tracy and Dom McFlurry finding 4 kills for the team.
This is really great for their refresh and for their loot. We're looking at kegs here with them, and along with so much shield to their name. Again, I just want to highlight that getting these eliminations are super important the deeper we go into Game 4 right now. And it's also about placement at this point. You want to get as high as you can on the leaderboard.
Right, very true. And so far, and every point matters, whether it's an elimination, whether it's getting further in the heat itself. Both ways will bring you points. Kills up to 16 bonus points, and the extra points come from what place you finish in the 100. So still in the Rave Cave is some of them, some teams. As we take a look now at Capadonna and King Balk. We've seen them a couple times on the day. King Balk here is looking across the way with Crest FPS and CJR. They are battling each other right. Each team built React on the other side of the bridge. And these are two of the top teams in the set, so this is an interesting stuff.
Yeah, they basically are neighboring each other at this point. Not only neighboring in builds, but neighboring in score.
Right, and it's really, if one of these teams gets eliminated somewhat early, they're in trouble here, and it's Broken, who's the first place team. They do have 78 points coming into this one, but Broken does get taken out. Boxo is still alive, however. Broken is not far away. Boxo's going to build around Broken, and this is exactly where Boxo's going to get in and try his absolute hardest. I don't know how he's going to find the time to revive Broken here, even with the medal.
Yeah, he's going to put up those armored walls, which is going to stall some time to get that revive off. I do believe that they do have time to get the revive off, and Broken and Boxo won't have anything to worry about because we know about their health and how much shield they are holding to their name.
Yeah, and they also do have the relocator as well, the rift in the pack right there in the backpack, and they'll be able to use that too. So despite everything, they will stay alive. They looked in trouble there for a second. They will be pretty low there, that first place team on resources. However, over to King Balk and Capadonna, who are still sitting at the top of the bridge just south of Shifty. And they're sitting on that gold marksman rifle as well as the blue AR here for King Balk. And so far, as we take a look here in the picture-in-picture, it's Boxo. That's the first place team there. And they've actually, like you said, React brought it back up to near full shield and full health here for that team.
Yeah, so having trouble with number 1 on the leaderboard may not be trouble after all. And I do like what King Balk and Capadonna is doing here. We can see that they are boxed up with metal, but they put ramps down in order to be able to peek and see who the opponents are and who may be nearby them.
Yeah, and every piece of information will be vital as to why we'll see the trees get shot down there. And so far, King Balk, Capadonna trying to set themselves up. Now, they have no kills here in this one, which is pretty interesting. You know, no bonus points to tack on so far. I know that will change here. We'll pull back in the first place winning team, CJR, of heat number 1.
Just practicing doing some cone edits here and there, CJR. But we also are going to see King Balk. I honestly do like how they're playing this. They're playing it super passive when it comes down to this because they do need some eliminations, and this is going to be great if they're going to be able to get that elim off with the crest in front of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of top teams kind of in the vision here. I'm seeing Fluger, Jonathan Plays, I'm seeing Broken's team. Sirius is over there. King Balk is just a little bit high. Crest and CJR are here as well. I mean, everyone's kind of collapsing in a similar area here just south of Shifty, and we might see here as we take a look at the map, we might see, look at how many teams are here just inside the 3rd or 4th circle.
Yeah, way too many. I can't even count how many teams are in this circle right now.
A lot.
But again, we're seeing half land, half ocean. So I want to see where this is going to play out when it comes to endgame. We're going to need to see teams rotating into circle, and we do have about 3 teams posted up on the bridge.
Yeah, and the bridge has been a safe haven here for some of these teams. They really don't want to move. As Parzik, we switch over to Parzik here and Milk Shiesty. Parzik and Milk Shiesty here. They're actually on an island of their own, but they're battling the president team here. But Donald Trump and Barack, they're going to get taken out there. Presidentials will fall. But now it's Parzik, Milk Shiesty, the only team remaining on a solo island here in the south of the hill. They're going to have 45 seconds to come on in and get in that hill, but it looks like they're taking some damage. They're shooting. They're going to get up to full life and then worry about their approach.
It is looking like Storm is going to pull up towards the north section. They're going to get to full health and loot up, knowingly that they have so much loot by their side, so they are safe. I really like where Parzik and Shiesty are in the placement and how they are positioning themselves, gathering themselves in the meadow, knowing that they are safe, and it's going to be harder to shoot them out because their base is made out of metal and brick.
Right, very true. Very well said. And so far, Milk, Shiesty, Parzik will switch over to Boxo Broken, the first place team once again. And this team here has had success after success on the day. Obviously, being first place after 3 heats is a very big accomplishment. Broken and Boxo, who actually have been very low on resources for the fact that they have now withstood a couple different fights, React, and they're going to have to eliminate a team if they want to find some more resources here to move forward. They're having to trade to even out.
Absolutely, granted. I do wish them to find some refreshes here and there when it comes down to fighting. They are low on loot, like you said, so I don't doubt it when someone is confident enough to rush into a fight or play it out slow and steady. You know, like we have the turtle in the hair, but how about we kick it off with a twist? Given the challenge of loot and material to their name, it's time where they need to shove, like push comes to shove, and the fight will break out for the refresh.
You're 100% right there. And here comes some damage onto Nash, though. Druzy, we haven't seen these two too much yet. Nash going to get knocked out. Druzy, his teammate's still there. And this is interesting because Druzy only sitting on greens here, but does have one of every weapon. A little bit of sustain in the fish there. And just trying to keep the build alive, but the resources are running low. The metal will come out, and Nash does get eliminated, so no revive available there.
33 people and 17 duos remaining for the Storm 5 out of 9. We're going to see Storm pull upwards a little bit, and we're going to get crammed with all these teams trying to make it into that one little circle.
And it's going to be really have the guns drawn here as these small circles just make it very hard to stay alive here. So much damage comes out when they do finally go up. And so far, we take a look at Druzy, who's been playing by himself. This circle, after 5, is going to be rotating to the north side. And once again, we kind of have a water-filled area as we are battling under Shifty in between Coney and Tilted in this lake. As we switch back over to King Box, still sitting at top of the
Yeah, you know what I want to see? I want to see some sort of harpoon play when it comes down to needing that extra white heal. We can have that harpoon be used into going into the ocean and picking out maybe floppers like what is in King Bulk's inventory.
Right. And I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Capadonna, but this team, King Ball, Capadonna, they haven't been able to really move too much. They do have 500, I guess, apiece in terms of resources. It will be a back engage, so Capadonna did eat a nice shotgun shot. What's even a fighting there? Capadonna does get dropped, and it looks like it's King Ball firing on Parzik. It's Milk Shicey's team. That's who's in there. King Parzik, though, and King Ball. Parzik does get taken out. King Ball trying to get out there. He does find Parzik. Parzik eliminated. King Ball building the safety and does. Still sitting at 52 armor, 100 life. Him and Druzy in a one-on-one engage with Boxo collapsing as a third team.
Again, that rift to go is going to come in clutch for King Ball. Getting out of this fight now that he is encountering. He is going to heal up with the floppers and the minis that he has to his name, but I do want to see that rift to go into play.
Yeah, very, very possible here. And so far, the damage has been coming out on all fronts here from all these teams. This heat has been going the distance. We are now in the 6th hill with the 7th one. You can see just how far it's moved there in your mini-map bottom right-hand corner of the screen. It's moved southeast by just a couple clicks, and now this 7th hill will begin. Capadonna does get taken out. Let's take a look here at the remaining teams, the overall play field.
Little Tracy does seem to be in shape with Dom McFlurry looking like they're going to build up here. We also see somebody in the car. I was not able to catch who it was, but they are making their way into the storm and trying to escape all the fights that is going on right now.
Right. And so far, it's been fights, to say the least, everywhere. Is an understatement, as we are seeing right now. King Balk he sees a lot of teams in the sky here. They're dropping down at that point in the game. King Balk just trying to find any eliminations. He's sitting on one, finding on top of you-know-who. Drewski, though, goes for the double. It's a third team, though. He does pick up Drewski to get the elimination. And now he's the third team collapsing there. I wonder if he knows that the third team is right here in this building to the right.
Yeah, most definitely. King Bulk's third party was one for the books right there because now he was able to gather eliminations and gather floppers for his safety.
All right. And so far, it is all Bot Boy Kinney and Boxo, two different teams here. Bot Boy Kinney's team, Boxo's team on the left. Boxo sitting with some of these shield six-packs, flirt six-packs. And Broken now has found his way back into the game. Broken sitting on the legendary hammer burst right there. Does find Drewski. Drewski, did he get knocked out? I'm not sure, but 14 teams remain here in this one, React.
Box is going to tarp while Broken is going to find somebody to spray out. So this is such a great duo, I see. I love the composition that they have going on with being able to work with each other so well. They know where to rotate. They know how to use their guns and play out and see where Storm is going to pull.
Yes, and so far it's worked out in their favor as they're once again find themselves in one of the final aspects. Hill King Boxo does take out high ground. We'll see that. Dominic Flurry, Lil Tracy, they're going the distance in this one as there are still 14 teams remaining, just 25 players, and it'll be a rift quickly. But there's a lot of rifting in the sky as these teams are trying to stay safe as this 7th hill is collapsing.
It's going to be easy for those on high ground to get the beams off of anyone in the sky right now, but as for those in low ground, it's going to be a little bit tougher for them.
Yeah, and King Bach finds himself back on the ground with enough shield to continue his onslaught over to Jan Man NK. And Janman with FS Law, they're going the distance here too. A lot of the teams in the top 10 are proving why they're in the top 10. Snap Games finds Pasina. Boxo is going to eliminate Benman. And just like that, teams are dropping like flies as we are approaching this 8th hill. React.
Absolutely. We're seeing so much go down right now. We have 54 builds to Janman's name. He's going to crate Gambit, try to contest that high ground with Law. So this is going to be really, really good and spicy for them.
Yeah, that is amazing stuff here. And Janman still at the top of the screen. He's staying above, he's staying high, he's keeping the elevation up. And it's working amazing for him. I love what I'm seeing right now at a Janman and FS Law maintaining that high ground domination. It looks like they're the highest team at the moment in terms of verticality. And they're just firing down, trying to pick up some kills here and survive late in this one.
We're seeing the drop of so many players, and now at this time, it's time to full send and test yourself to see where you will land on the leaderboard and where you will get these free eliminations at. There's just so much traffic all around.
Yeah, no question about that. There's damage coming out from all facets, all corners. Well, over to Broken. Boxo, though, Broken's teammate has been taken out. He just eliminated Tiny. Broken trying to get into the hill, and just like that, he does a quick little slurp, and just staying on is Broken, the place of this stack here. Back over to Jamman and Law, who are sitting comfortable in the North Town.
We're looking at only 6 duos remaining and 7 players standing in this last storm. What are we thinking, Polly?
I mean, it's an interesting one to say the least. Just like always, this hill is collapsing, and we have 4 teams remaining, but 6 players. So 2 one-player teams. As Broken gets taken out, that was one of them. Real Tracy 1 is still alive. Janman and FS Law are still alive. They are going for the distance in this one. They're looking to take it out. Little Tracy will find the end there. FS Law finds another one, but King Bach also still in it.
King Bach does have the ability to make his way up with the amount of mass that he has, but looking at FS Law, he only has 2 builds to his name, so they're going to have to play this out slow and steady. Maybe even aggro.
Yeah, and right there, King Bach will fall. FS Law and his team of Janman. FS Law are going to win their first set. That's the East round 4. So we've had a different team win first place each and every time so far in these heats. A lot of the similar teams have been placing in the top 10. Welcome back, everybody. But it's, once again, Janman that winds up walking away with this round. Interesting stuff as we just completed 4 waves, React.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out that Janman did get that victory royale with 0 builds left. That was a fantastic play, and I loved everything that was brought out in that game.
Yeah, you know, as we kind of watched that final hill collapsing and closing, it was FS Law who was at the base of the stack, and his team, FS Law, dove in, and what he was doing was he was trying to get down low so that he can obliterate the last teams, but sacrifice his life purposely. And that way, it was Camman who was able to just come in, or I think it was FS Law. Either way, the other player was able to come in and clean up the remaining team that had minimal life due to the dive. So well done there by Camman FS Law as they wind up taking the 4th heat here for this one. Welcome back to the EsportsU Campus Cup featuring Fortnite. React, what are your takeaways from wave number 4?
So we saw Jan Man go down and get that victory royale for the team. He did take one for the team and he was holding high ground. The thing was, we did see him go low on Matt, so he did take that drop down and go for the aggro fight, which was brilliant, which was great. And that was one of the biggest takeaways that I saw. But we also saw Storm go towards the area of Rave Cave, which did include a lot of high ground and a lot of maneuvering to go around. So it was all of that, Polly.
Yeah, and it was impeccable gameplay from each and every team. As we are now here in the back half of waves, we have 2 more waves remaining, wave 5 and wave 6, here in the East region of this collegiate competitive Fortnite event, the Campus Cup, put on by EsportsU and the Collegiate Sports Management Group. Don't go anywhere, though, because when we return, we'll have the East Region Heat number 5, more collegiate Fortnite action when we come back. Don't go anywhere.
I can't say that. I'll get in trouble. There's one for each game, so teams this weekend, somebody's going to have to explain to TSA why they're coming home with an extra trophy. Fine. We're fine. This is going to be great. Why is everybody staring at me? I'm not even doing anything yet. Is it because I'm in a suit? It looks nice. It's new. I'm stressing. It's all right. We win these. We absolutely win these. I've never seen us lose these. I love him. I don't remember his name. What is going on, everybody? And oh, we're ready? I'll start over. Okay. What's going on, everybody? We are here at the Collegiate Esports Commissioners Cup 2022 in Atlanta, Georgia. The players are just now entering the arena for day 1. A lot of them had the opportunity to be here yesterday to get jerseys, to get familiar with the area, and to get to know one another. But today, the friendly gloves have to come off, and they are all here. Earlier, I was talking to these guys. This mannequin, when they didn't have anything else set up, I could see it from all the way down there, and I thought it was a person. And I stood there for like 5 minutes, and I was like, why is he standing like that? And I thought it was like a smooth criminal. I thought somebody was giving us like a Michael Jackson impression, and then it was a mannequin. I was really embarrassed to admit that. Oh my God, that's a lot of people. Hold on, let's go over this window. It just keeps going. There's so many people outside. There are so many people outside. We're gonna interview people when they come in. I don't really want to go outside. It looks like it's gonna rain, and this suit is new. So, oh, there's Doc Haskell. Hi, Doc. How are you? He brings a full notebook with him and like writes notes down. It was pretty insane. He had it yesterday. He's gonna be coming through this metal detector right here. I don't know his name though, but I recognize his hair.
Jen.
You Jen? All right, we're gonna interview Jen, who's supporting Kennesaw. I'm gonna ask you like a couple of very simple questions. Okay. Are we ready? All right, great. College. I really like Georgia College's color scheme. It's just red, white, and blue, I think, but I think they did it in a really clever way. Mineral area, wearing hoodies, even though it is 75 degrees outside here in Atlanta, Georgia. Absolute legends.
If only Nick could hear you. Nick, come back.
If he's over 100 feet away, he can't.
You were whispering something, and he started smiling. I'm like, are you whispering?
Oh yeah, because he's got his headphone in if we're close enough. But
Bless you.
Gesundheit. Gesundheit again. You're welcome. I'm gonna go find him. Oh, there he is. Oh my. Oh, okay. Real stuff is starting. Real stuff. Competitive integrity needs to be upheld. We gotta get out of here. Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble. I get really embarrassed when I get yelled at.
30 is
Okay. Wow, it's not 10:30 yet.
It's only barely 10.
Woo! All right, it's gonna be a long. Hey, what's up? Surprise interview. Join me over here though, so we have a cool backdrop. What are we here for?
Rocket League.
Awesome. I'm not going to ask what school you go to because unless you swapped hoodies, that seems pretty clear.
No, you know, I got my jersey on with my name on it.
Oh, you do? Show us your jersey. Look at John T. Turbo here. Yeah, that's not his name. I just keep calling him that. Yeah. His name is John, but
my name is John Turbesi.
Yeah, that's not John T. Turbo.
Yeah, I get the message that I'm going to Nebraska where I met you.
Oh, that's so crazy. So context, if we're probably never going to use this, but we're going to talk about it. Turbo and I met at a LAN like over a year ago. That's so crazy. What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Collegiate Esports Commissioners Cup. I am Seb Dillons, joined by a man I have interviewed probably well over 10 times. It's going to be my good friend Neb, here from Bay State Overwatch team. Neb looked at me before he started his last series, and he said, we are not dropping a map for the rest of the day. And so far, he has lived up to that title. But Neb, is there anybody you're thinking, we've got to get them out of the way, we've got to take them down?
No.
No? Just looking at it, each fight's its own, every game going into it, just taking it as it comes?
I have the confidence right now that we're not going to drop a single map.
I love Neb because not only is he confident, but he's correct. Bay State is one of the best Overwatch teams I've ever seen. So it's always good to hear. I love the confidence, and I love Bay State, so I hope they do a great job this weekend. So what qualifier, did you win a qualifier to get here?
At-large bid.
We're looking at Rocket League, we're thinking high odds, low odds, where do we think we're walking away?
I think pretty high. I think we're doing pretty good.
Is there anybody that you're looking at, you're like, please do not let us go up against them unless we absolutely have to?
I mean, really, everybody's good competition, so.
And sorry, what was your name?
Ethan.
Ethan from Mineral area.
Yep.
Very exciting. Well, Ethan, good luck.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon. What kind of pass? A player pass?
Let me get you a lanyard.
No, you actually have to like tape it to your chest, like really awkwardly with masking tape. Okay. And it's gonna fall off. Yeah. It's gonna be uncomfortable, I promise. That's a guarantee. Okay, cut that, I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, good. I'm great, everything's good.
Who do we interview? Who should we interview?
I don't know, I'm just here. I need caffeine.
Just like that, Cowboy Jock's gonna take down a little bit. Engaged though from the shotgun. Cowboy gets dropped. Little Tracy now sitting at full life. Cowboy's teammate can still be up here. Dom McFlurry's gonna engage as well. It's hyper awareness is the teammate. They're both in there, and that's as Parzik. We switch over to Parzik here and Milk Shiesty. Parzik and Milk Shiesty here. They're actually on an island of their own, but they're battling the president team here. But Donald Trump. King Boss firing on Parzik. It's Milk Shiesty's team. That's who's in there. King Parzik, though, and King Boss. Parzik doesn't get taken out. He's trying to find any eliminations. He's sitting on one. Finding on top of you-know-who. Drewski, though, goes for the double. It's a third team, though. He does pick up Drewski to get out from all facets, all corners. Well, over to Broken Boxo, though. Broken teammate has been taken out. He just... Genman and FS Law are still alive. They are going for the distance in this one. They're looking to take it out. Little Tracy will find the end.
The build to his name, so they're going to have to play this out slow and steady. Maybe even aggro.
Yeah, and right there, King Pog will fall. FS. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the EsportsU Campus Cup featuring Fortnite, sponsored by New Street. Collect wisely. I'm Polyhype alongside React here, your casters on the day. React, we've seen 4 waves so far, with the 5th coming up next. What were your takeaways from wave number 4 there?
Just so much going on, Polly. We saw so many things happening, so many people holding high ground. We saw that bridge get taken advantage of, too. We also did see players that didn't get elims this game. So that is going to be great when pushing themselves up into the leaderboard, and everything seems to be turning out pretty well.
Yeah, we saw FS Law there wind up winning their first set there, that first wave, which is going to boost them dramatically in the point value there. And even though they didn't pick up a ton of eliminations, they were able to get the most points there by the first victory royale of the round for that team there. And I'd be interesting to see here, what does the as we move on here, maybe after round 5 or so, but what does the leaderboards look like as we head out into wave number 5 of the Campus Cup? The bus is loaded up, and we are going right over to Nounzi as well as Shadis, one of the top performing teams here as we start out East round wave number 5. Jellizam in your kill feed, though, will find and pick up 1.
We are finding out that they are getting the loot that they need, popping the minis, getting to full health as much as they can be. This is going to be really crucial in early game, making sure that you have all that shield, making sure that you are ready for any fight that you may encounter.
Yeah, and that was some pretty interesting stuff, as we just saw. We actually just saw Hyperness. Hyperness got taken out very, very early in this one. And oh, such drama early starting here, as it's Nounzi who's taking a lot of damage. Once again, here comes the AR. Does miss some shots. He does knock down. Hits AU. And 1 elimination for Nounzi starts the pace here, as Shadis picks up 1 as well down at the Synapse Station.
Can we also
where they
talk about the legendary weapon that they already have equipped in their hands right at the start of the round? That is going to be such a big advantage when they're going to run into teams, but we'll see if these teams can use their gray or green weapons to max out that legendary weapon.
Yes, CJR, the winner of wave number 1. As we take a look here in the top right picture, the picture is all the teams in their life bars. Though that was a big shot. CJR looking to connect with the marksman rifle. The sniper has not connected outside of that first shot. Cowboy Jack gonna run for his life there just outside the Daily Bugle. And CJR, who picks up an elimination early in round number 5, was the winner of round number 1. So him and Crest FPS here, as it Cowboy Jacques was being shot by CJR. CJR is chasing him down here, and Cowboy Jacques knows it. He's trying to get situated so that he can battle him when he comes on in.
Yeah, that's something I love about the DMR, how the DMR did so much damage to Jacques when CJR fired it right at him. Again, it is like an AR, but a sniper rifle combined, so it's like if they had a kid, the sniper rifle and the AR. We did see that firing rate, and we now are going to see CJR and Jack get into the fight and push each other, but Jack gets taken down.
He does, and CJR knows when he has the advantage on someone. He executes and demonstrates it quite easily, as we're seeing CJR now with his second elimination. 24 teams left in this one, so 4 teams just taken out very early off the drop zone. And it's going to be the Daily Bugle. CJR and his team, his teammate Crest FPS, are kind of in the middle of nowhere here. They're north. There's one other team that's somewhat in the vicinity, but overall they kind of have the area to themselves. And they'll use this time to really load up on not only inventory weapon-wise, but also material.
Yeah, I love this for them. I love how they're so close to getting so much wood and so much brick in the area that they're in. So this is going to be really good when getting those lighter mats and harder mats.
Right. And so far, they've done a great job because they have those mats in sync here. And now we switch over to the presidential team of Barack and Donald. And both of these teammates, they're actually closing in here on Nash and Druzy. They see them jumping around, and this is going to be the first bit of shots here. Nash, though, from behind, does wind up eating 170 life off the rip, and it's going to be an engage here. Nash is trying to get back to full. He's got the fish down. He's got almost full, surprisingly. Nash built that very quickly here on the left side of the screen. Brock on the right side. They are building up high, trying to battle each other. They'd love this kill on Nash. Donald Trump doesn't see him as Nash winds up escaping just barely through the top. And Nash, who took a lot of damage, still has stayed alive here. Great job by him to escape.
Yeah, Donald Trump did... Oh, wait, Barack Obama, not Donald Trump. That is his duo. But Barack Obama and the duo did have such an upper hand with the green weaponry and the shield to their name. But we also did see Nash rocking the gray weapons with only 7 shotgun ammo. So he has 7 chances to pump Barack Obama.
That's right. Barack winds up finding Druzy, the teammate of Nash. Nash is down to 16 life, and he is in trouble as we're seeing Nash, this person, just kind of having to tuck away here. Nice edit coming out from Nash. Does wind up catching the shotgun to the sternum, and that will allow Donald Trump and Barack to pick up their first kills here of the round, and we'll see how far they can make it in this one as we switch over to Vexy TV and Sirius. We have a nice rare set loadout here. React.
Yeah, they are going to have to come together as a duo and fight off this other team. Again, we're looking at full shield, we're looking at rift to go, we're looking at great rotation. So everything seems to be playing out just right. But if Parzik does get this wall taken, then they'll be able to take down that one team.
Right. As Parzik is aiming at Vexy in the sky. Vexy's trying to land here, and surprisingly has not taken any damage. You know, those in-air traveling shots are very difficult, but Parzik using that rift to quickly chase down Vexy. He sees the kill, he wants the kill, and he's going to take whatever he has to do to get it. He's taking the high ground here also, so very good placement. Does Vexy even... Vexy is aware that Parzik is right behind. Parzik going to put a lot of damage into Sirius too. Wow, Parzik has a gun on.
We're going to look at this fight go down, and it's going to be intense just because of how Parzik was chasing down Vexy without him knowing. But Vexy does get taken out by Shiesty.
Yeah. And right now, I'm just loving what I'm seeing here from all the different players in this collegiate esports Fortnite event here, as we see a drop down once again. Jan Man and FS Law, the winners of East round number 4. And let's see if they can combo this. Like we were talking about before, kind of getting going in the later parts of the rounds could be beneficial as in the early. So they do see Frosty, and it's going to be FS Law who's diving in, looking to clean up these kills. Jan Man trying to find his way in here, React, but nothing yet.
Yeah, most definitely. And we are going to see that gray weaponry go to use here. We're also looking at the worries of Zone. So Zone is going to pull in about 1 minute and 30 seconds. F5 Law and F7 Jan Man are going to stick together in the midst of this battle, just to protect one another.
They are. And everything has worked out in their favor so far. Once again, they're trying to get the first dual peat, the first 2-time champion of the day. And FS Law, Jan Man, though, they don't have the best loadout here. Jan Man sitting on some of these gray weapons still. Frosty Fly is above. They're in the same situation. Mellow Yellow will get destroyed down on the ground, and Frosty's going to rift to safety. Is he trying to get intel to... Looks like is he gonna go to safety? He is. Originally thought he was gonna maybe try to drop back down on his team, but it looks like he'll just get himself to safety here and try to re-engage from the south.
Frosty is gonna go into Storm, which is super questionable of a play, because we're gonna see him slide down and try to possibly get a flank on somebody.
Yeah, so this is actually interesting because even though he used the rift there, he used the rift to make Jan Man and FS Law think that he had just rifted away to safety, but he actually came down right behind them after they ran out of the town, coming in from the storm, so that he can free loot collect, and he still has another rift once again. I don't know exactly what he's searching. Oh, he's searching for his teammate's body.
Oh, he's going to go and get that reboot off, which is super smart of him. And just speaking of him being in Storm, this isn't really that big of damage or that cruel to his health, because we are just looking at Frosty and all the other players being in Storm number 2 out of 9, so not much damage is going to happen. This reboot is going to be super helpful.
Going to go off. Yeah, and that was a smart play there. Actually, it was really genius. He used the rift, made the team think he was leaving the town, didn't, came back in the hill, winds up getting over now to the fireplace, the fire pit there to get some extra life. Mello's going to get to safety right away. And just like that, they are both back in the game. Mello and Frosty Fly, who are the first time on stream here, they're crossing over Tilted Towers, very far from the storm. But like you said, the ticks are not that damaging here. So Frosty's trying to search for any sort of inventory to get back into this one.
We're coming back to the presidential team with Barack Obama and Donald Trump, looking for some loot, looking for some people to hunt down, and they do have their eyes on somebody, it looks like, with Elite. We're looking at the double screen. What are we seeing, Polly?
Yeah, and Brock team president here on the left, Elite RH Quinn on the right. They are fighting each other. When you see this double screen here, and Brock gonna have to pull back. He's got that legendary hammer burst in hand, which is so valuable. Now over to Donald, the teammate of Barack. And Donald and Brock, they have a lot of weapons, though. Donald's getting a lot of damage here, and they're trying to chase down Quinn and WHT, I believe, WTJ, excuse me, Tiny. And some defensive builds here, but now it's all full send here for Donald as well as Barack. They are eliminating, have split some damage in. No! But Barack is still alive. Donald has gotten taken down. He's in the downstate. Barack and Donald will fall right there to RH Quinn in the top 10 position. 2 big kills for that team.
This is really good for Elite and Tiny. Looking at their loot, looking at what they have to hold, they are going to be set in stone for as of now.
Yeah, and I'm liking what I'm seeing here from this team. They're playing fantastic. As high ground, staff games. They've been in the top each and every one as they go into a battle with Fluger. Fluger on the right side of your screen, Baz on the left. You know exactly where each other is. Fluger just had his teammate taken out there, and that's the elimination once again. High ground, and Sap Games to wind up finding both of their kills and exterminations and keep them back in the game for even more kills, going down a little bit quicker pace here in this one.
Fluger was one of High Ground's greatest enemies, so it was great to have him taken out as of now, but we're also going to look at Nounzy getting into a fight here. Looking at his loadout, he does have that legendary hammer AR and a striker rifle, but we're also going to compare it to Milk Shiesty with the green hammer AR and blue striker rifle. So the damage to the striker rifle is going to be a little bit more deadly in Shiesty's hand.
Absolutely correct. And this is a great assessment here as we're seeing Downsy TV and Milk Shiesty in the same region of area here in the same building. There's going to be some edits coming out from Downsy as he's trying to build his offensive engagement. He doesn't know exactly where he wants to attack from. Parzik, Milk Shiesty's team is just slightly north in the same stack, slightly higher verticality in the same stack here. And right now what I'm seeing is just a pure aggression here from Milk Shiesty. They're trying to get down to Downsy. They know he's down on the bottom there. They want to find him, but they're unable yet so far to break through. Downsy sitting down low with that legendary hammer burst. He's saying, come on down, Parzik. The water's fine. I've got something for you down here.
Yeah, I also wanted to highlight that Nounzy and his teammate are number 2 on the leaderboard, and Parzik and Shiesty are number 8. So they are coming really close into each other when it comes to the leaderboard, and this is going to be really competitive for them.
Yeah, you just absolutely love to see it. Parzik and Nounzy, they're going against one another. And so far, what I'm seeing is just a massive build loadout here for Parzik once again. We're going to switch over to Nounzy, though, as he is also with Shadies. They're coming in from the outside hill. We'll switch over to YouTube Deline, as well as his teammate Aota. And right now, it's sitting on the... once again, we're seeing another hill, island-based hill here react with just 18 teams left.
Hey, I think Fortnite's trying to tell us something, that it's summertime and we need to go hit the beach or get near the water, because this is where Zone is looking like is going to pull once again with all the teams coming together in this one spot.
Well, you're never going to hear me complain about hitting the beach. I'm always down for that one as the summertime approaches here in at least New York. But Aota living the beach life a little bit earlier. They're on the beach right now. What a cheap skin this is. What is this? The all white bodysuit?
The superhero skin. Can we highlight the superhero skin? So this is such
female
a skin.
Moon Knight? This is woman Moon Knight? Or just Moon Knight skin?
I don't know. I wish I could tell you, but I do know something
it
about
looks like Moon Knight's color scheme when you said superhero. That's why I say that. But either way, I mean, the tone of this skin, the fact that it's minimal texture based, minimal, almost everything. You're seeing a lot of players actually have this skin, Shadies and Nounzy, because it's a lot of these skins are very quality, the minimalistic skins in terms of hiding. So we're seeing Parzik actually took out the teammate Nounzy, and now it's Milk Shiesty versus Shadies, 2-on-1. Shadies trying to get out of there.
Yeah, so, I mean, I wanted to go back to these skins and talk about the superhero skins, on how minimal they are and how well they blend in with the area around you. You're not able to get identified even if you're far away, just because your skin isn't like a tree or dancing banana in the open. So that is why that skin is such a slutty tactic to Fortnite competitive scenes nowadays.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The slightly more realistic skins, just the earth tone based skins, they blend in so much more. Than some of these abstract, multicolor themed skins. And Frosty Fly using the same one. I mean, a lot of the players here using the similar skins due to the minimalist and the way it blends in. It's like a chameleon, as Mello and Frosty Fly are now sitting at the north side here of the beach. The hill starting to move away from the beach and down towards the Joneses, as we're seeing Mello, Frosty engage onto Janman and FS Law, the winners, but Janman's returning the fire, and now Mello and Frosty are going to have to disengage. FS Law, Janman said, we're not playing with this. We're coming back at you, and that's exactly what they did.
Again, Storm coming in right on the edge of Storm in about 8 seconds. We're going to need to see them rotate rather quick unless Storm is going to be in their favor with its pull. Here we go, 1 more second, and it is not in their favor. They are going to have to rotate further down south.
And that's exactly where they are headed for the meantime. As we see Mello and Frosty Fly now. 4 minutes, fourth Storm, 1 minute left here on the collapse. A lot of teams in the northern part of the hills still. 18 teams remaining overall in the game as we see 2 a.m. Trey take out City in the kill feed. And Mello down low with Frosty Fly they are still battling Law and Janman. This battle's gone on for a couple minutes now. Janman put some damage in, and Frosty's going to have to disengage, start consuming some of these small shield potions he has on deck.
Yeah, we are seeing a lot of exchange with gunplay. We're going to see them taking damage, but they're also going to damage other players too, which is going to be phenomenal when it comes down to trying to get out of this storm. They are stuck in a rebuttal here because so many players are in front of them.
And so far, things have been working in their favor here. Frosty Fly, they disengaged 2 or 3 times. You know, we thought they were in trouble. If you ask me, I thought they were going to kind of bump into the end of the road here due to the fact that they're positioning and they were taking a lot of damage, but they wind up surviving. And just like that, they are back in it, shields up, and sitting in the water, really going for a deep, slow-played approach here.
Yeah, we're going to find where this water comes into a struggling point just because of how hard it is going to be maneuvering around the water. We're looking at 11 builds with Frosty, so he doesn't have much to work with in this battle.
And so far, it's Frosty who's finally going to get taken out, but so does Law. It's a one-on-one trade. Mello versus Janman is what we're referring to now. Janman has the up north, does find Mello. Mello with the quick defensive build here as the reaction. Mello running away while building defensively. Nice slide, though. Well placed there. Janman down to just 17 life. It's coming in from the storm, taking damage at the same time. Janman's in trouble here reaction.
And Janman does get taken out,
Wow.
which I'm speechless here, Polly. I thought Janman was going to make it further than that, but now we're also going to look at Mello struggling to get out of storm while getting beamed.
Yeah, detrimental here. Mello trying to get back into it, but over to Botboy Kenny, who's watching Mello come in from outside the storm here. Botboy Kenny, as well as his team of AKA Drakey, they're just camping down low. They're built up in terms of their equipment. They have plenty of materials, as we're seeing the hill here, 5th storm just northeast of the Joneses. And that 5th storm will be collapsing in the north part of that. So one more storm here. These teams are going to start to get that 14-team mark, and just all of them coming in with the 5th storm from the east side now. A lot of damage should be coming out, and this is where the fights start picking up here. Collegiate Fortnite competitive.
Yeah, moving into 6th storm, we're going to see so many teams high-fiving each other saying, hey, it was nice knowing you, but I'm sorry, you're going to have to get eliminated. This is what we're going to be seeing soon in about 7 seconds, but we're also going to be seeing Puffin ZA trying to camp out his ground, see where everyone is in the positioning that they are, and finding out who his next target should be.
You know, the Puffin is an underrated animal. The Puffin is an underrated animal. Not many people talk about the Puffin.
That is very true. You know why, Paul? Because when you say Puffin, I think of penguin or bird.
I see. So they lose a little bit of their own branding due to the penguin.
A little bit, but maybe if Puffin gets this win and makes it out alive, we'll find the Puffin being more iconic than it is and being more well-known.
Puffin could bring some notoriety to the species here if he's able to bring some W's here. So we take a look at the overall field. This 5th storm is closing in, but look at that. It's actually Boxo. I saw a couple teams there above Boxo and Crest. Broken does find Iota. That's what I was talking about, Broken and Boxo. But we are alongside with Puffin. And Puffin here, who's built himself in a nice little 4x4, 1x1. Broken now, Boxo. They just found an elimination. We switched over to their team here, trading some inventory back and forth. And actually, they've located some of the inventory from the eliminated team below. They want to build their way, and they will get over to it, risking some a lot of damage from the storm.
Damage.
I don't know.
Wow, that was a really risky play for them, but they were able to capture that loot and get it in their hands. Now, they don't have much to worry about anymore just because they got it, but that damage was really bad to their health.
Yeah, but you know what? They keep them alive. They get elimination, so extra points on the board. Botboy Kenny is going to rift up alongside his teammate Drakey, and all they're doing is taking their time, let these other teams eliminate each other. But this time, there's not too many teams in the air, so they might actually get called and shot down.
Most definitely, yeah. We are seeing Storm going 6 and 9 right now, aka Drakey is going to have 49 shield to his name, along with Botboy Kenny with 79 shield to his name, and you know, still a lot of splashes to work with along with minis, so even if they get tagged up, they're going to have that shield to back up their health.
Right. Take a look at the overall field, though. It's 11 teams remaining. Drakey down low. They've rotated back to the Joneses. We're in the 6th Storm Hill here, with the hill getting smaller and smaller every single second. The building coming out over to Milk Shiesty. Parzik still full life, but Milk Shiesty gonna have to rift last millisecond. Almost dies to the storm, and he's gonna land all the way outside. Oh, he's done. He's done. And this is going to be Parzik as well. Parzik down to 3 life, will be taken out early as well. So this is exactly what these other teams need to do to come back over to RH Quinn, who's trying to capitalize on the early Parzik exit. And it's 4 or 5 teams now that are going to be using their portable blast here to get them over town to the south. Jones, sorry, the action's got my head so bottled right now.
Yeah, but speaking of action, I also want to highlight that Elite and Tiny's builds were not connected, so they could easily get shot down. But luckily they are not, because everyone is focused on rotating and finding low ground, while they are going to be holding high ground and being able to see who is below them.
Yep, and it's worked so far for them. Tiny VZ and Elite RH Quinn looking to get a high placing in this one. There is 8 teams remaining still.
Here we are splitting the
drop
max
here
too.
for Tiny. Yeah. Boxo broken down below, and they'll just keep building here up top, React.
Yeah, I love what I see. I like the low ground plays as well. I want to highlight a little bit more on that, seeing that what we see from high ground, we're just going to be seeing beams, but we're also going to be seeing players in mid ground trying to make their way out of Storm, moving along with it, and Storm is going to pull right.
No doubt about it, and I'm just loving all this action. Has just been fantastic. Having so much fun calling the Campus Cup here, the EsportsU Campus Cup, featuring competitive Fortnite. We are having so much fun here for the college level as it's Tiny. This is getting that height elevation. This is what you like to see. Over to Broken and Boxo, though. They're more lower in the stack here. They play more of this defensive style on the back end of the hill here, as this hill is rotating around the Joneses in a couple of different areas, getting smaller each time. Broken, though, taking a lot of damage. Boxo and Broken going to build themselves up offensively and try to regain some of this life or find eliminations. There's multiple teams here, React, that are starting to press the situation and close in here at the East round 5.
Again, here we are seeing Boxo being the dedicated tarper, while Broken is trying to find out where the picks are going to be, who they can shoot down, how they can protect each other as a duo. So I do love their chemistry together, and we are going to be seeing them playing more lower on the ground, but also they make it so far into these games, which is super impressive for the duo.
Got no question about it. 9th and final Storm here approaching. Boxo and Broken are still in. RH Quinn and Tiny are still in. Let's see the overall map field of where all the teams are kind of. They look south here, aka Drakey, though, underneath. Taking some damage here. CJR just got taken out. Crest FPS just got taken out by Broken. Little Tracy finds bot boy Kenny. And just like that, the teams are dropping like flies. There's 4 teams remaining with 7 players on the field here in the East round 5. And Elite RH Quinn is looking in a great position here, as damage is just getting put down on all the surrounding builds below. And RH Quinn and Tiny are just in prime position, React.
We're finding ourselves on the chopping block. We are seeing players going down left and right, but we're also going to see Broken rifting out and trying to contest that high ground, getting 125 on him. Oh my gosh, Polly.
Broken does wind up finding one. Broken. RH Quinn eliminates Boxo, though. Dominic Flurry finds RH Quinn. So it's one team apiece. Little Tracy finds Broken. Broken's going to be out. Tiny gets taken out, a.k.a. Drakey is remaining. Botboy Kenny's duo, as well as, Dom McFlurry. And there it is, Little Tracy. Dom McFlurry, your 5th different East round 5 winner, your 5th winner there. Every round has had a different winner. Well done to Dom McFlurry, and Little Tracy won as they take here the East Heat number 5. React, what did you think right there? That was some amazing stuff. It was a defensive play style, but they wind up walking away with the win.
Yeah, we did see so much high ground being held. We saw so many contesting happen during that round. And we also did see Little Tracy and his duo capture that round and be able to take over the win for game 5, which is super exciting. So much storm damage happened this game, and just so much is happening.
Yeah, I mean, it's been exciting, action-packed, jam-packed action down to the last and final storm every single time in this collegiate Fortnite series, the EsportsU Campus Cup, sponsored by New Street. And I've just been loving all this action. It starts out so very slow, but as you're in that final 10 teams react, it just gets so fast paced.
Yeah, we were seeing so much dropping happen, so many players dropping, and then at the last minute, Lil Tracy and their duo ran out of materials as well. So we're always seeing these materials fall loose towards the end, but them being able to clutch it up and get that victory royale.
Yeah, love what I'm seeing here. Excellent stuff. The Campus Cup here featuring Fortnite. I'm Paulie Hype alongside React Tang as we are your casters for the day. Tomorrow, we are going to have the West region accompanied by Zephyr Cass and Bass. Oliver Bass will be the two casters for that West region. So if you're liking the action you're seeing today, make sure to hit that follow button on the stream right here at EsportsU, the first ever 24/7 collegiate esports channel. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream as we are just getting ready for our sixth and final heat here in the East. Is there a certain team you're rooting for at this point in the game, React?
Shiesty, Shiesty, Shiesty. I've been
Okay.
seeing them make it all the way towards the end. I've been rooting for them, but I haven't been saying it because I don't want the caster curse to apply to them. So maybe I have to do some reverse psychology again. Maybe that is what's gonna have to happen. But Polly, who are we rooting for on your end?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's a really good question. I don't have a favorite here per se, but I want to see RH Quinn. I think RH Quinn was RH Quinn the winner of that game? Was that the teammate? Was it RH Quinn?
I remembered
Along,
that it was Lil Tracy, and
I
then
thought it was, either way, RH Quinn's a player I've seen getting into the final hills most of the time, and I would love to see. First off, I just want a close match. So if you're asking me who the best team is, I really just want a really close match. I'd love to see some point scores potentially, but we'll keep it a surprise until we finish the sixth and final round, because you never know. So without further ado, I'd love to get into that sixth and final round of the East Heat here. And we have just one more game left of action. Now these teams are not going to have as much leeway, React. So they're going to have to pinpoint here. This last one could be a deciding factor among many teams.
yeah, this is going to be exhausting from them, but with the fact of it being exhausting, they're going to have to pick it up here and show their greatest A game.
No question about it. As you know, today so far we have seen so many different plays. There's been defensive teams win. There's been offensive teams win. There's been teams that drop in the beginning of the game, at the end of the game, and just so many different play styles. It's so awesome to see the collegiate Fortnite esports scene growing, and we are getting ready, and we are ready now for the sixth wave and the final heat of the EsportsU Campus Cup featuring Fortnite. Let's bring it on in. Let's see what teams finish out and close strong, and then the big reveal of the surprise point totals at the end. Over now.
That's so cute.
UCF and it's really cute. So I'm gonna move down here. How do we feel? The odds for UCF? What are we thinking?
They got it. No, we got this. We got it. We got it.
Go Knights, charge on.
100%. My friend Nick is behind you. He's gonna record it. Don't look at him. You'll ruin the shot. Don't look at him. Don't look at him.
Come on. Oh, let's go! Let's go!
My smile's probably really creepy. I was just being weird.
Oh, I love being in the shadows, though. Big shout out to the shadows.
We could interview Dilly just because I think he's handsome. You weren't supposed to hear.
Here's the thing about the event. I'm the greatest that's ever lived.
Literally true. I know him.
I think everyone knows that. I think everyone's aware of that.
Hey, do you have a VIP access badge on?
I actually have an all access.
Oh, an all access. I thought it said VIP access.
And that's only available for the best.
That's true. He's right. That's a main stage TO right there.
If this goes live, I'm suing everybody.
It's all right. A video of me. The first clip is me saying, "Don't put that in," and then it was the first. Cut the cameras. Cut the cameras. Oh, you're recording already? Great. So this is this is Bay State versus UCF. I believe something that we saw yesterday on day one of the tournament, but instead we're gonna have that run back here. I think they're fighting for a spot in Grand Finals. Anarchy, one of the best Greninja players in the United States, currently struggling against a Terry. Terry notorious for that DLC privilege, being a very strong character with some very strong abilities. Greninja Not so much, considered one of the weaker characters in the game. A Falco player, one of the best in the United States, and he just got spiked by a Terry. Same Terry that took out Anarchy literally minutes ago. UCF still up by 2 stocks. This guy is looking to rip this team apart single-handedly. That is, I mean, nuts, to say the very least. Absolutely absurd. That was a disgusting spike. I cannot believe that happened. Will you hold the microphone so I can sign this? Sorry. For context, he's got a fan. He's actually signing something. He's so excited. What was it like to not hear my voice for 2 minutes? For 30 seconds, maybe. What was it like? Probably bliss. I was signing a mouse pad, which is really cool. I've never done that before. Nobody's ever asked me for a signature, so I'm going to start blushing, but I'm really excited about that. And then he wants a picture. Can you take a picture of us? I said, is it bad? She went, no. I'm going to go ahead and take that as a yes.
Turns out I can't tie a tie sitting down.
What do you think is the appropriate face-to-screen ratio for a Valorant player?
Face to screen, like how close I sit?
Yeah, like how close should a player sit?
Personally, I play really, really close. I think it depends on your eyesight, but for me, I like playing close because it helps me focus on my crosshair.
Is the value of sitting close, the crosshair being the only thing in your line of sight?
Yeah, that's pretty much the main benefit of it.
It's so funny how close some of these guys sit. Oh my goodness. What do you think is the healthy face-to-screen distance for a Valorant player?
I think it's all kind of personal preference. I guess I would consider myself like pretty close when I play because I like to like zone in on my crosshair.
It is the second person to say that. It's all about the crosshair. And then what's up with the horizontal keyboard?
I don't know, like it just kind of fits like the form when I'm close to monitor. Like I don't know, it might sound cringy, but I like to like be one with my gun, you know?
No, bro, I feel it. I feel it absolutely. What is going on, everybody? I am here with some UCF fans. How are we feeling about UCF? Let's go! Let's go! We've got a bunch of UCF fans in the crowd right now. UCF, they're up by a single game. They're looking to find their third and possibly final, secure a spot moving forward. Things looking great for them against Northwood here today. This guy's playing Minecraft right now. He keeps double building instead of placing the dirt. Pressure's on, man. Everybody's watching. Just kidding. Just me. Cameraman's not over here. Just kidding. He's behind you. There's actually always cameras on you if I'm around. Do you double build all of those? No excuses, bro. Your college esports Minecraft team absolutely rolled. L after L here. Let's hope UCF has a little better luck on stage, huh? What is going on, everybody? I am Septilance. I have the honor of welcoming you to the Collegiate Esport Commissioners Cup here in Atlanta, Georgia. All right, that was good. That was good. Good content, good content.
And we now are going to see CJR and Jack get into the fight and push each other, but Jack gets Tig Nash rocking the gray weapons with only 7 shotgun ammo, so he has 7 chances to pump Barack off.
That's right. Barack wanted to finding Druzy kind of having to tuck away here. Nice edit coming out from Nash. Does wind up.
It's going to be intense just because of how Parsec was chasing down Vexy without him knowing, but Vexy does get
for Donald as well as Barack. They are eliminating, have put some damage in. No! But Barack is still alive. Donald has gotten taken down. He's in the downstage. Barack and Donald will do a battle with Fluger. Fluger on the right side of your screen. Baz on the left. We know exactly where each other is. Fluger just had his teammate taken out there, and that's the elimination once again.
He doesn't have much to work with in this battle.
So far, Frosty's finally going to get taken out, but so does Law. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the EsportsU Campus Cup featuring Fortnite, Polyhype alongside React, as this is sponsored by New Street. Collect wisely. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We are back for the East Region 6th and final heat. React, tell us a little bit. We're on our final heat here. What do we got going in? How you feeling?
Okay, we have Broken and Boxy on the top of the leaderboard, top 1 with 126 points and 28 elims. But
wow,
let's get this right here. 28 elims not only for Broken, But for the team of Zay and Shadis, they have 28 elims as well. So this is going to be looking like such a competitive game. Game 6, this is going to be big.
That's right. And look at this here. Look at the point totals here for everyone here at the stream. They've actually changed a bit over the last couple rounds. Zay and Dom, a team that we have not seen almost at all on the stream, at least. They've put 28 points up just in a couple of these rounds here, 2 rounds. Crest and CGR falling down to 4th. So all the teams, surprisingly enough, even though it's a big lead here for first place, 20 points or so, realistically, if they got eliminated right off the rip, in the 6th wave, there could be a point leader change here coming into the final game. So these points can get jumbled here moving forward.
Yeah, most definitely. We also are seeing Milk and Parsi with 26 eliminations, but staying at position number 7. So
yeah,
that is
not making it very far in the rounds.
Absolutely. But we're
all
also
done here as we start. Yeah, go ahead, React. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're totally fine, Paul. But we are looking at Nounzi here being able to gather up all of his materials and seeing that he has so much shield, but he's at 50 right now. So if he's able to pop that up right now, he'll be in good standing.
No doubt about it. As we take a look, Nounzi, Shadies have been having a great day overall for the first ever here East Region Campus Cup. Now, they're not in this top. Oh, yeah, they are. They're in 3rd. Excuse me. 104 points, 28 kills. So, again, these two teams, Zay and Dom, Shadies, Nounzi, I mean, even Crest and CJR, they're definitely playing for this first place spot. Broken and Boxo have made it to the final hills every single round so far, which is why we're seeing them, or at least most of the rounds, which is why we're seeing them so far in the lead, at least with the 20-point lead.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that 28-point lead, stuck with 3 other people like Broken, Boxy, Zay, and Dom, they're going to have to pick it up here with more eliminations. And I don't doubt that they won't get those eliminations because we haven't seen them fragging out every single game.
Yeah, we got to pull them up a little bit onto the we got to pull them a little bit up onto the stream. We haven't seen them too much. Oh, there's Dom right there. Well, this is Dom McFlurry, though. And it's a different Dom, though, in Zay, right? It's got to be. Because Zay's not little Tracy.
Yeah, we also are going to see Dom gathering that gold just in case he needs to go to a vending machine to buy out shield or maybe upgrade his gun, which is going to be really useful.
Okay, over to Bot Boy Kenny now and AKA Drakey, who find Drewsker here in the 6th heat. Drewsker will get some defense up. Fluger, though, from a third party will come in over the hill ridge to the left. 19 teams remaining here. Bot Boy Kenny, though, going early in for this engagement. They found the Puffin, and they're coming in to try to take him out alongside Drewski, who found himself built in a 1-by-1. And now it's some quick edits here back and forth between both these teams. And it's Bot Boy Kenny, AKA Drake, who are trying to get the first points here up on the board.
Yeah, they're going to spray down their wall and try to get as much into the fight as they can. But as of right now, they are looking like they are backing out of the fight and running away, trying to get more loot here just so that they are in better standing. This is where having that gold is going to play hand in hand, getting into the vending machine and being able to buy yourself shield when needed.
Yeah, and so far it's really, everything's been working great for them. They are not slouching at all. Over now to Jonathan Plays and Fluger, team we've seen a lot here on the day at just 19 teams remain here. So 20 teams started this one off. One team eliminated right off the rip. We're in Greasy Grove. And just like that, Jonathan Plays, Brewster will heal back up to full together. And now it's going to be engaged here.
Yes, this is going to be really exciting for Drewsker. Seeing that he does have that legendary SMG, he's going to be having such an easy time being able to spray somebody down with that SMG or maybe even W King, getting an elimination to his name.
Yeah, and just what we're seeing here is amazing by Jonathan Plays and now the Puffin in the dual screen. Puffin is sitting with Brewster. Jonathan Plays trying to eliminate each other here, and every team knows the value in these elimination points here with this final heat. There are no more heats after this, so the standings after 6 will be the standings after 6 of the East Final.
We are also seeing Jonathan with 2 eliminations to his name, along with 60 builds and many green weaponry, such as the Burst, the Hammer, and the Striker. So he's getting ready to fight somebody and greet them and say hello.
Saying hello is what he does. We haven't seen you-know-who much since that first set. And there we go. They'll get taken out, unfortunately, again by Shady's Puffin does find YouTube Jonathan Plays, so Puffin gets the better of that fight below. Drusker finds Fluger, and Nounsy and Shady's win their fight as well. So back over to Tiny WZ and Elite RH Quinn. Team we've been watching majority of the day. They're fighting just underneath the Shifty Shafts. And
Yeah,
it's going to look like a fight with Mello here, React.
Again, all of the shield that they have in their hands is going to be super crucial and important to their name. Only because they're taking so much damage and tagging up so many people, but they're also in exchange getting tagged up. So they're going to need these slurps. They're going to need these minis and these shields just to heal up.
Right, Tiny does find a kill here during that. So RH Quinn and Tiny VZ will put 2 kills onto the board here, which they're definitely excited about. I mean, I'll just keep up on my other screen here there, the leaderboard before game 5. And Tiny and RH Quinn surprisingly were in 5th. So all these kills dramatically will add to the point total as they will rift once again to more into Shifty Shafts, trying to find more kills. Because you have to risk it a lot more in this one, React, being the final. You can't. There's nothing to save.
Absolutely, and everyone here at Game 6, the last game, they're going to be bloodthirsty. They're going to need to get those eliminations, but at the same time, they're going to have to make it far into placement because that's going to be really important when it comes down to making it up there on the leaderboard.
And just like that, we're seeing the damage come out. Some shots on the board, Sirius and Shady's. Shady's got a nice 49, and Shady's sitting this time on 2 legendary weapons. The Sirius team on the right, Nounsy TV on the left. And these teams are engaging each other here in just a short fight. And looks like both of them are trying to disengage. No, Vexy is going to get seen here by Nounsy, who's got that scoped assault rifle. And just like that, Nounsy stuck in the storm. They're going to have to come into the storm while also dodging the bullets of Vexy and Sirius.
They are both fighting for their lives, trying to get out of the storm right now, trying to rotate in. But we're also going to switch over to Tiny, in which we're seeing 12 splashes to his name, while also having the hammer and the pump with almost full ammo. So he is good to go in the stands of his hands. He's also looking great with his materials, and Elite and him are both going to slide down the hill over and try to find themselves in a better position.
That's right, and we're coming back as we are now closing in. 14 teams remains. Almost half the player field is there remaining here, over half the player field. Tiny, though, with a bunch of defensive shielding, and both him and RH Quinn are sitting at full life, full shield. So in the second storm is where we're at. 129 left, and all these teams here, there's only 14 teams, so the map's still pretty big. Everyone's just going to still resource farm, but they are looking to engage to just get this thing here. So after it confirms, Zay is Little Tracy, Little Trey Zay, or if you will. So maybe that's just his name. I don't know why. But this is the second place team, so good collective there by production to confirm.
Absolutely, and something I love and notice about these teams is how they familiarize themselves with the location that they're in, especially with POIs or even little houses or sheds. They know how to loot it up. They know how to loot it fast, efficiently, and quickly, while also finding where their next rotate is going to be, just like we're seeing with Tom McFlurry and Tracy. This is why they are at the top of the leaderboard. They know how to loot, they know where to go, and they know exactly how they're going to rotate and choose out their next plays.
Yes, absolutely. Great observation, Dom. So this was the second place team. They have 28 eliminations. They are a team that, if Bracken and Boxo get eliminated somewhat early and they win this round, they could bring themselves back here. But we're seeing Puffin have a location target. Two enemies, Drakey and Bot Boy Kenny have been scouted out down below and are actually obviously being looked at. Vexy and Sirius also on the bottom hill here, as Puffin's getting some damage out on both of them.
Drusker is going to try to hold them because Storm is going to take damage, but he is going to push them. So, we are seeing a rift, which is great for their rotation and great for all of their safety. They are able to get into Storm fast, efficiently, but get beamed meanwhile.
And this is great as we take a look here. Drusker, though, has somewhat shielding there from the car. Well, their car is 800, but no, Drewster's going to get dropped with one bullet. Puffin is going to have to save him. Puffin coming down off the top glider, and I think Puffin's saying, you know what, man? I know you got dropped, and I really want to pick you up, but it's heat. It's the final heat. I'm going to go to the hill. Vexy and Sirius, though, are going to easily find Puffin, and Puffin's in trouble here.
Absolutely. And having your duo go down means that there is your safety net. Your safety net also is going down. So it's important to have those duos, to have both of them standing, but being able to rescue them at the same time.
But during that, Nounsy and Shadies were taken out by the team of AKA Drakey and Botboy Kenny. Well done. Nounsy and Shadies were in third place before this final heat, but an early elimination. Wait, no, Shadies is still in it. So I guess they just found Nounsy? I saw Nounsy in the death screen, 100%. I thought I saw Shadies too, but I guess both are dead. Okay, I just needed to confirm there. So Shadies just got an elimination. One of the players was crawling in the storm or something and got the elimination there. That's what confused me. However, Drakey is going to get that legendary marksman rifle here. They're going to teleport out and get themselves into safety. But just like that, Botboy Kenny and Drakey's going to climb up the leaderboard here, try to climb into the top 5 field, as they were in 7 before this heat.
Half of the players are already taken out of this game, with 24 players remaining and 13 teams as well. And we're only in the second storm. We can talk about how this is going to be such a fast game, but when it comes down to end game, we're going to see a little bit more of the defensive plays, because these players are trying to stay alive. But at this, they're going to try to get those eliminations that they need.
And we here see Broken and Boxo, who they are leading the field here coming into the final heat. They have not been taken out yet, obviously, but they're sitting at 100 shield, 100 life apiece. And just like that, they are in prime condition, as Dom and Tracy have gotten aggressive in this one. Inside the car to get maneuverability, try to track down some more kills. Dom and Tracy are going for first place with the nature of their aggression.
Absolutely. And something I noticed when it came down to spectating them previously is that they made sure to protect their car and use it to rotate over. So that is something I really liked about their plays. They are the cautious type of players, and they know how they're going to move around other teams.
And right now, Puffin stays alive. Drewsker does get taken out. Puffin here, you see, I'm just trying to look at the leaderboard. Nothing. No. So Puffin not on that leaderboard yet right now. Him and Drewster have not had best showcase on the day, and Puffin will get taken out right there. AKA Drakey is finding another. And Drakey and Kenny right now are on a tear. They've picked up a couple kills here, and just like that, they started the round in 7th. And they might just be finding their way closing up more towards 5th as we see it go on.
Only 12 more duos remaining for Game 6. Third storm coming in. This is going to be great, Paulie.
Yes.
Now let's look at Crest.
Sure.
We're seeing him with 1 elimination, and along with that, he's going to have the AUG, he's going to have the Striker. This is a common loadout with the shield, the rotates, and just 2 guns to their name, because that is honestly all they need. Shotgun and some sort of long-ranged weapon.
Yes, and I like this position here as we take a look in the left side, we take a look at the map, and it's just a long range for Crest. Like, where are they at? Crest and CJR had 99 points coming into this heat, okay? They were 27 points off first place, which is a decent amount. But they are in a position right now, if they're able to find Boxo and Broken, they would dramatically give themselves an advantage into potentially maybe tying up or taking the lead here in this round. They've got to kill Boxy or Broken, though.
I did see CJ take some shots, so maybe he does have the idea that they are there, but they're not exactly going to take the fight, because that would not be the smartest move to contest as of right now. They're trying to look for a spot in which somebody is vulnerable and they can get that elimination. Right.
And that's exactly so far. Carp Season, Jelly Zam, his teammate, has been eliminated. Carp Season trying to use those Glurp 6-packs, Slurp 6-packs to get back up to full shield, but it's not working just yet. And right now, I mean, really hoping to get out of this predicament that he is in, down at the bottom amongst everybody. He's got some teams collapsing on him. Fort Storm is coming in shortly, minute 10 left. He's got to find a way to get past Botboy Kenny Drakey. Not going to be easy.
Yeah, we do have Storm coming in any second now too, so Carp Season is going to have to get out of there and try to get out of his own builds. We are looking at Dom McFlurry and Little Tracy splitting their materials, knowingly that they have to even out on this to play as a team and work together.
That's right. Dom, Little Tracy McFlurry. Dom McFlurry. I like that name. But that was split screen here with Broken. Broken and Boxo, that first place team. They're still in it, and this is what you don't want to see. It's 1 versus 2 here as Dom is going kind of as a third-party team also on this fight, too. I keep seeing in the screen. So there's a couple different teams here. Broken by himself. Some edits coming out. Sirius and Vexy now will switch over to them as it's 7 teams right now in this 4th Storm Circle, which is going to take place right at the top. It looked like to be near Logjam here. Yeah, top of Logjam.
Yeah, these players are going to get really hungry. And by the way, we are looking at a more elevated surface for this storm that's going to close out anytime soon. But we're also going to see Dom McFlurry once again looking over at Crest, knowing that they're going to hold the high ground. So if he moves, he will get spotted.
And everyone trying to play very patient here in this final heat. You don't want to get eliminated too early. There is still 11 out of 20 teams, so over half the player base is still in this custom EsportsU tournament lobby.
Absolutely. And if we're looking at Squiggly and teams like Sirius, we're going to see them at the lower half of the ground, trying to loot up here and see how they can move out. But we're also going to be looking at Crest, who has that higher throne. He's higher up there, so he's able to see everyone from that bird's eye point of view.
Yeah, and this is the way Crest and CJR have played most of the day. You're always finding the team at elevation. They're always staying up there at the top of the hill right here. And actually, based on this hill right now, they are in the #1 spot. If I was a player, Dom, though, will find the legendary hammer burst. He's not going to pick it up. Why?
Honestly, I don't think the shots are that great with the hammer, in my opinion.
Okay.
But if we are looking at it, he is going to re-pick it up, but...
Oh, he wanted to use a defense item first.
Absolutely.
Get full right.
Yes.
Okay.
So he knows what's best for him, and he knows what is great for him and his team, but they're also going to make their way up anytime soon. They're going to run into people like Crest and CJ holding up that high ground. And like you said, this is how they've been playing every single game.
Fortnite, I have been a competitive professional gamer since 2004. I competed from 2004 to 2015. This game is one of the most wild games I've ever seen because the amount of communication needed to build together, edit together, kill together, and win the Battle Royale is insane game, gun, and skill mechanics. I've got to give it a Fortnite here. What a game they've put together. And now I'm more favorable to the no-build mode because I do not like build mode, essentially, just because of the era of esports I come from. But, I mean, I got to give it up to the build mode players. This is some amazing action to watch. Well done.
Absolutely. And when it does come down to no build mode, like you were mentioning, it does come down to aim, how good your aim is and how reliant you are without needing to build and knowing how to move around. So again, not only is this a game, but we're not playing no build mode. We are going to be seeing players having to also have that good aim, but also being able to know how to build around others.
Yes, and right now, Broken is still in it. So despite everything, Broken is not struggling at all right now. He is still has the legendary AR. Now it's Crest and Dom here in the split. Crest at the top of the hill. Dom at the bottom of the stack. Broken in there as well. And so far, Dom McFlurry trying to stay alive with that legendary AR, taking a lot of damage. And Little Tracy there to back him up. Well done. This team is still staying in it.
Yeah, just only seconds away from each other. They are not far apart. So these two top teams are going to have to work near each other and know that one another are going to get contested at some point. We're also going to see Broken spraying down Vexy, going for some tag.
And that's exactly what he hits there. And Dom McFlurry and Broken are still in it here. They're playing fantastic. Both of these teams, Crest FPS, third team in the kill feed though. Elite Art Quinn found a kill. I think Boxo found a kill too. DJR has been eliminated. Crest is by himself. Dom McFlurry finds a kill. Botboy Kinney takes one down also. And just like that, there is 7 teams remaining. Just 12 players left. All the hill is collapsing. Broken though into the Dom split box here. Dom and Little Tracy are staying alive. Both of these teams are the 1 and 2. Broken is trying to stay up. Both of them have both members alive. Just like that, this is going to come down to some of the final hills, and either one of these teams can win it. React.
Such an intense game. They have to work up the hill, work up Storm, and we're also seeing Lil Tracy and McFlurry trying to get up there with their teammates, but we're also going to see Broken and his duo rift away into the sky.
Yeah, and it looks fantastic here, and that's the advantage of the Rift. And Dom McFlurry has 2 in his kit right now. I mean, granted, you are still vulnerable being in the air, but teammates can't really dedicate too much time to look for you with all the hill collapsing and teams also trying to take them out. So right to the top of the stack for Lil Tracy as the builds come out. Both of these teams trying to deny each other space with their counter building. Building is trying to take up space here. Dom McFlurry up there as well. It's a drop down from Tracy. Now over to Broken and Boxo, who are staying together. There's some edits. They're trying to find down. It's cut. Both of these teams are trying to eliminate each other because that'll greatly open up the advantage for one to take the lead.
While Lil Tracy is having the battle of his life, we're also going to see Broken and his duo trying to find their way out into safety. They are not getting themselves into fights just yet, but they are going to try to get these tags off.
Yeah, and they're trying to just get to some sort of safety here, which I don't know is possible with the hill collapsing here. This is the 6th and final heat of the East. Boxo down low, and they're going to edit out, and this is not looking good for the other teams in the field because Boxo is staying alive with Broken, and they're a team that you like. Boxo and Broken right now are just playing defensive. They don't want to worry about engaging at all. They just want to make it to the end. That's how they win.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're a team you want to worry about, and you don't want them to separate because they play so well with each other. But we're also going to see them try to make it up the hill, which is going to be super complicated for this Storm.
Lil Tracy and team are right here. They will find RH Quinn, Tiny playing together. It will be Lil Tracy with another rift there up top. Boxo and Broken. Broken is low, but he'll wind up healing back up. Dom McFlurry, the teammate of Lil Tracy, now on the top of the stack. They'll find RH Quinn and Tiny below, trying to find any and all eliminations. Dom McFlurry know that the way that they win this is that they get first place. Both these teams, Boxo, Dom, they're fighting for first place. Both of them have a good chance at hitting it, but they've got to find some eliminations and not die themselves.
Absolutely, and we're also going to see McFlurry using that rift once again to obtain that high ground, to make sure to capitalize the rift and make sure that they have high ground, because high ground is so important with what they have. We're looking at 12 builds and 11 builds for Boxy, so about equal. But we're also going to see Boxy get taken down.
And so far, Boxy does drop, not good. Broken is still there. It was Tiny who was eliminated. No! Who is it? It's Tracy! Lil Tracy, wow. All right, we need to check the point score here. Lil Tracy and team and Dom McFlurry wind up doing and winning. Not only did they win back-to-back, but they're the first team to win 2 of the Victory Royales. This is amazing. We're going to calculate the point total react and see who came out on top.
Absolutely. That was such an insane round. I really thought that Boxy had it in the bag. But again, I did want to highlight on what was happening with the hill. They had to maneuver around that. But then again, we did see McFlurry and his duo having that rift to be able to take on high ground, to be able to escape any situation that they may found themselves in danger with. So that was a really great play from them. And, you know, we did see 2 of the best teams play against each other in that last round.
It did. It came right down. Both of the teams were the 2 teams battling each other, essentially. And I knew it was going to be trouble when it was about 7 teams remaining. And I saw that Lil Tracy, or I think Dom, had 3 portable rifts in their inventory. So 3 times within 7 teams, they'd be able to go to the top of the ceiling and just float down. The amount of time that takes up with the 7 teams remaining is astronomical. And I firmly believe that's the reason that they were able to pull that back-to-back of the event, and we're calculating the results right now. But this has been the EsportsU Campus Cup, featuring Fortnite, sponsored by New Street, Collect Wisely, and it's React Tang alongside Paulie Hype here. And it's been such a great day, React, as it's been so much fun to cast with you. You've been bringing so much of that Fortnite knowledge to the game.
Yes, absolutely, Polly. As a Fortnite player myself, maybe not as good as everyone here, I was able to gather this knowledge, and it was such a great time being able to cast with you, Polly. You brought that hype in, you brought everything in, and you didn't miss out on anything, which was phenomenal. So love
Thank you.
that.
Thank you. I'll take the compliments all day long. This has been such an exciting day. Once again, if you stay tuned at home, this is the East region of the Campus Cup. Tomorrow, we'll be featuring the West region of the Campus Cup, which will be casted by Zephyr Cass and Oliver Bass from the past, right here. So without further ado, as soon as we get them, let's get these point totals on the screen. Okay? Getting some. Okay? Okay. So you're going to have. Okay, let me just check this here because production's trying to tell me where these teams are from, and I want to make sure I get it right. Let me just check the live chat main real quick in the EsportsU Discord server. If you're not in there, make sure to join the EsportsU Discord server. But so, actually, React, you want to tell us where these teams are from?
Yeah, absolutely. So let me highlight this for you. So the current top two playing schools, Boxo and Broken. Boxo is from Seminole State College, while Broken is from San Jacinto College. Now you see Zay, also known as Little Tracy One, is from Dubuque University, while Dom McFlurry is from Dalhousie University. So we did see those two colleges, like I was saying,
You're
come
right.
hand in hand with each other and be able to have that chemistry and that synergy in the game.
Yeah, you're right. The mixed college teams are the ones that really play out on top. I mean, realistically, you have such a bigger player base to pick from if you're going to go multi college as far as building a team. But just amazing stuff. And I'd really love to maybe in the future interview some of these players and find out, are these players that picked up, did they pick up each other just for this event? Are they teams that played regularly together in the past? But I'd assume if you were to win and execute at this level, you'd have to be playing previously because the play styles could be so different. Their play styles really were tight knit across the board. So without further ado, let's take a look here at the victory screen when that comes up, and we'll see the playing field of the EsportsU Campus Cup as we take a look here at the victory screen. East winner. It's Broken and Boxo with 154 total score, 34 eliminations. React, we called it out. If they weren't eliminated early in Heat 6, the other teams were in trouble, and they wound up holding it out, making it to the end, and securing the first place victory. Congrats, Broken and Boxo.
Absolutely. They did super well getting their eliminations down and building up those points, being able to play placement while also being able to get those eliminations to add to their points, which was such a great strategy for Boxo and Broken.
Yeah, that was amazing stuff there. Congratulations once again, Boxo and Broken, who are your first place winners of the East Region Campus Cup EsportsU featuring Fortnite, sponsored by New Street. Collect wisely. So welcome all once back again. And following that, we now know who the winners are, but we'll pull up the leaderboard as soon as that's ready and just take a look at how the playing field did play out. Who do you think React kind of were there any changes or maybe the same, do you think? Going
You know,
into
I
this one.
saw so much consistent play from Boxo and Broken. While meanwhile, at the same time, we saw Dom and Lil Tracy make their way up into the board and make their name known to everyone watching.
That's right. One of the important things here, make sure to continue to grow the collegiate Fortnite scene here. Maybe if you guys match up, scrim against each other, we now have an idea of these first East regional teams that we're seeing in this Campus Cup, and it could breathe life into, the Fortnite Collegiate Series at all of these different colleges and universities by the event we put on here today. So this has been a fantastic job, and as soon as those leaderboards are ready, we'll head into them. React really quickly, overall takeaways, viewpoints on the day here for the East Region Campus Cup.
All right, we saw so much going down, Polly. We saw oceans, we saw hills, we saw flat ground, we saw everything when it came from early game all the way towards end game. Everyone was able to put their talents to it and try to make it all the way to the end. But somebody we did see make it to the end and make it to the top was again Broken and his duo. So that is something great that I loved seeing. I also love seeing how they were able to put in the new locations into play along with using the new guns.
Right. There was a lot of new weaponry that we've seen here throughout the season. But without further ado, let's take a look here at the overall leaderboard screen of the East Region Campus Cup. It was Broken and Boxo with 154 points. So nowhere near it was Zay and Dom. They were at 138, but they had Broken and Boxo had to get eliminated early in that final set. They did not. But it's RH Quinn. Look at this. Tiny and RH Quinn who wind up taking the third place. So they were in 10th, 7th, 6th, getting a little better each and every round. They wind up taking the third. React, break it down for us from the fourth on.
Yeah, so we see Crest and CJR also at 121 points, but Shadis and Nounzi with 115. So honestly, not very far apart from each other, but the thing that is far apart are their eliminations. So Crest and CJR had 21 elims, while Shadis and Nounzi had 31. That is such a big difference, Paul. That is 10 eliminations. But when we go down in the scoreboard, we're also going to see Green Drake and Bot Boy Kinney, along with Venom and Cut, tied at 102 points, positioning at 6. We're also going to see the eliminations being 18 and 13. But this is something that is super crazy to me. Let's look at Milk and Parzik. This was a team I honestly was rooting for. We saw their elimination, so what set them apart with their eliminations and their placement?
Yeah, you're right. They were a team that after the first couple of heats, I'm like thinking to myself, this team's going to probably go pretty far. Only team in 20 plus eliminations in the bottom 5. So their second half, this is kind of what we're talking about. Their first 3 rounds were insanely strong. Their second 3 rounds were not in terms of making it deep into the playing field. So they were getting tons of eliminations. Their accuracy, their engagement was on point, but they were not able to stay alive. It could have just been bad luck. Sometimes you just get targeted early a couple times in a set. But Milk, Shiesty, and Parzik were playing so well. Maybe some of these teams were like, we saw them, call them out, let's get on them. And you're right. They were one of the surprise here in the bottom half. We would expect them to place, just based on the kills alone, somewhere in the top 3.
Absolutely. And that is something I noticed with all the teams. They tried their best, they tried their hardest, and they all played well. They all played to their fullest potential. We're also going to be looking at Fluger and Jonathan here, placed at number 8 with 83 points, but 10 eliminations. That is somewhat on the lower elimination side when it comes down to comparing them to someone like Broken or Boxo. So I liked where they turned out as well. So every single team here did well.
I agree. Overall, congratulations and well done to all the colleges, universities, and players that competed in today's EsportsU Campus Cup, the first ever featuring Fortnite, sponsored by New Street. Collect wisely. So thank you all. It has been so exciting. Paulie Hype alongside React. It's been such a pleasure again to cast with you all day today. We did it. We got through all 6 heats of the Fortnite EsportsU Campus Cup. What are your final takeaways before we close out on the day?
I can go for game 7, game 8, game 9, game 10, just so many more, Polly, but so many takeaways happening. I just wanted to say congratulations to all the players out there and for everybody who did play in here. You guys did well. You guys tried your hardest, and we saw all the teams play out, which was great.
Well said. And if you have not done so yet, make sure to hit that follow button on the EsportsU Twitch channel. You could join us in our Discord as well at EsportsU, or follow myself or React on Twitter at PullyHype, at ReactTang. And yeah, it's been such an amazing match here in the East region. Tomorrow, once again, we have the West region. That'll be casted by Zephyr Cass and Oliver Bass. So the West region's coming up tomorrow, React. We're going to have to tune in and see what happens.
Absolutely. I can't wait to see what goes down in that region. And it was super great casting along your side, Polly.
Thank you. You too, React. You did fantastic, and I appreciated all your analytical work today. You really brought your knowledge and study for this one. Well, that's going to do it here for the EsportsU Campus Cup East region. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your stream. Without further ado, it's been Paulie Hype and React, your casters and hosts for the day. We hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. PST Pacific Standard Time for the West EsportsU Campus Cup featuring Fortnite. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back tomorrow with day 2 of the Campus Cup. See you then.
See ya.